What is up, Touchdown Tribe? We are going to be getting into Tony Romo's body cam. I know I'm a little late to the game on this, but I've had some people asking me if I was going to cover this. I'm covering it. I was just waiting to see what transpired, and obviously CBS put him on leave, and we are going to be getting into all of that with Tony Romo. So we'll discuss that. We're also going to get into the NFL QBs around the league. So we're going to be discussing what all the QBs had to say with their training camp and what's been going on with that. Also, I have a video with Coach Harbaugh. I am interested to see what Harbaugh has to say since he's at the Giants now, and I can't wait to get into all of this. So let's go ahead and start the intro to the show.
I don't think Kalen DeBoer can do that.
Yeah, I would agree. Like, just going based off of what we've seen, it's just not there. I have to see it to believe it. And, I know you've been critical of his interviews, and rightfully so, because I don't think he handled that with confidence whatsoever.
No, and listen, it's like the thing with Sankey yesterday. You don't need a transcript to hear what somebody said. If you look at the transcript of Kalen DeBoer on Wednesday, he probably covered every base and said everything correctly. It's just the energy that he did not bring. And I want a coach to stand up there and display confidence. I don't hear that from DeBoer. I feel like DeBoer it's like, remember you were in the 7th grade play, you memorized the script and you're up there trying to remember every word. I want to see real energy, real authenticity about what he believes. I know what a good coach he is. I've seen that. He makes a difference on Saturday. But how is he energizing that football team? And we had Damian Harris on the other day, and I realized he played 10 years ago for Nick Saban. But he was describing what his friends, the former players, are saying about DeBoer, and that's a bad sign when the former players, in many ways, and I'm sure they'll call up and say this isn't correct, but I'm telling you it is, are tuning out on what DeBoer is representing.
Yeah, and I can speak on that because I watched Ty Simpson on Down to Business podcast with Caleb Downs, and Ty Simpson even said that the coaching wasn't there against Indiana. So he even kind of spoke on his thoughts with DeBoer compared to Nick Saban.
Chelsea, very well said.
You say, whatever you do, I can do better. All right, here we go. No bend in the elbow. No bend in the elbow. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. It's only after. Well, let's go then. I never seen that. I never seen that. Hold on. Ain't no bend in the elbow. Like that right there? No. Both toes. Put your toes on the ground. No, I ain't gonna lie, though. Hey, Joe, go ahead. Now, raise yourself up. Now, bend in your elbow. No, you bend in your elbow. I won. Wait, how your hand was? Like that? Flat on the grill. Like that? Yeah. And you just lift it up? I ain't never seen nothing like that in my life. Oh, you almost had your elbow bending, huh? You can't bend your elbow. I'm not gonna lie, man. I don't know what type of. You cannot bend your elbow. But I'm bending like I had. Now.
So everybody done had at least one coach or teacher with anger issues. But wait, what the hell going on? Coach done blew a gasket. Blood pressure pushing 200 over too damn high. Looked like the player wasn't where he should have been when he was supposed to be there. But he tried to sneak on the field. Too late for all that. Head coach got a drive-by warning. I'm about to get in his ass. Well, Mike, let's simmer down a bit. No! Get out! Having to walk past after be the worst part. So I'm running. Maybe if I move fast enough, he'll forget. Only thing he forgot was a damn weapon. He chased Paulie D all the way to the sideline. Teammates trying not to be next. Hey, man, chill out. Number 24 barely looked back. I ain't see nothing, coach. I'm trying to play. All other coaches unfazed, except Ricky Rose. This is his favorite show. Making the coach mad to the point where they want to fight is crazy. He almost tore everything in his knee to get to Andrew. Top tier rage bait pop up like an Xbox achievement. The shortest player on the team, the only one stepped in to help my man. I just know he was calling him all type of pansies and mother lovers and finished it off with "you're uncoachable." Face on lobster red, and he just gonna walk off like ain't nothing happened. Spit on your chain. Yo, bitch ass don't want no smoke. All right, give me 5. No, that's okay. Give me a hug. Ain't nothing going right in the wood. Woo! Alan Murray never beating them Tyler allegations. What do you have? It's about what you do. Put it on his body. Trevor Lawrence waved him off. He's tweaking, folks. I'm sick of this shit. You gotta be kidding me. Got my first win? Yes, I did. Got my first win? No, you didn't. That is unbelievable. Losing ass African in America. Hey, you fucking bitch. Fuck you. I'm like that for real. Mm-hmm, you sure is. You gotta be fucking kidding me. King cock sucker. You cut the mother sucker. This how you do it, nephew. Another spit shine in Pittsburgh. Oh yeah, you done messed up, J.A. Ma. Fan want all the smoke. Come on. Come on. Bruh, how I missed the ball right in front of my face. Don't be screaming in my fucking ear. Their guy threw a punch. Sir, no one threw a punch. Bullshit. Between these fantastic. Both ladies in the background. Should we call the cop? The swing on his head coach. Say something else. He missed it? Indeed he did, my boy. It's over.
He grabbed booty.
I tried to keep it together.
You're good.
He did. I mean, there's not much in it there. That's an obvious call. And
Jones? Lamar, there was that point in the season where you guys lost 3 straight, 4 or 5.
Mike Jones, that's it. Mike Jones, that's it right now. So I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That's all right.
What keep you motivated though? Because like people like you don't ever get tired.
Tired of what?
I climbed all the way to the top of the Empire State Building for one reason: to get as far away from that Tennessee orange as possible.
I can still see that ugly orange from up here. Should have climbed higher.
Man, I hate Tennessee because first of all, it's Tennessee. And I just hate them because they low down, they dirty, they some snitches. And I hate Philadelphia, I hate their colors. I'm not a dog person. I just hate Tennessee, man. Like, and I hate Neyland Stadium. It looks like a garbage truck, worker convention. And I hate all their quarterbacks. I hate Tennessee, man. It reminds me, it's not that orange that you can stand. See, I hate Tennessee more than I hate Auburn. I just dislike Auburn. I hate Tennessee. Tennessee's colors is that throw-up orange. It's not that orange you can sit with. It's that puke inside of pumpkin orange. And I don't like pumpkins. So I really don't like Tennessee, man. I can't stress that enough, man. And they losers, they sore losers because they're not Alabama, and I hate Tennessee, man. I can't stress that enough. I hate Tennessee.
Your quarterback is impressive. I mean, his ability to just escape and make plays on the run, I mean, it's just outstanding what I've seen. And just the defensive side of it as well. There's definitely going to be a concern for me going forward if Alabama doesn't get their offensive line straightened out.
Chelsea, that's a great point.
Obviously, with what I observed the past few seasons, with the defense like missing basic fundamental skills like the open field tackles and those issues, I know they slowly improved those elements over the season, but just not enough when it matters in big games like against Indiana.
Thank you. That was really fantastic. Really do appreciate that.
What is up? Welcome back, Touchdown Tribe. Like I said, we're going to be getting into Tony Romo's body cam because I have not seen it yet. So we're going to be reacting to that. Also, we're going to discuss what's next for Tony Romo because he was placed on leave by CBS. So we'll be discussing what's next for him. Going to get into the NFL QBs around the league, what they had to say with their first press conferences after training camps, and all good things like that. So first, though, y'all, there's some breaking news. ESPN just posted that Clowney, the former #1 overall pick of the Texans, has agreed to terms with Houston. So he'll be back there. And then let's see. Okay, so the next is San Francisco 49ers have signed RB Herbert to a 1-year deal. And this is per Adam Schefter. So some news going on already. There's that information though. But let's go ahead and start off with a motivational video.
The biggest life lesson that I've learned is the power of the mind and just how important it is to look at yourself at a high regard and to believe in yourself. I think in order to paint a bright future for yourself, you have to be able to see it in your mind. You have to believe in it. And the more you believe in it, the more your world will start to change and the more you'll just start to, see your beliefs come to pass. So.
Dang. That's something that y'all know that I struggle with. I struggle with looking at myself in a high regard, even though I've accomplished, some great things. I still can be down on myself a little too harsh, and I need to start looking at myself in a high regard because it does help you succeed when you think highly of yourself and you believe in what you can accomplish. Let's hear that one more time. I need to hear it one more time from Jon Jones. For those of you who don't know who that is, that's Jon Jones, the UFC fighter.
The biggest life lesson that I've learned is the power of the mind, and just how important it is to look at yourself at a high regard and to believe in yourself. I think in order to paint a bright future for yourself, you have to be able to see it in your mind. You have to believe in it, and the more you believe in it, the more your world will start to change, and the more you'll just start to, see your beliefs come to pass. So.
Shout out to Jon Jones. And y'all, I reached 500 subs. So excited about that. And I really want to push hard to get my hours in. That's the only thing I lack now, is getting to 3,000 hours. It's 3,000 hours. And then I can apply for the first tier of the YouTube program. So I'm really excited about that. I just got to finish getting my hours in, and I'm close, y'all. I'm getting close. So that's what I'm really going to be striving to work towards right now, is getting the watch time hours that I need. All right. Let's go ahead and play the Touchstone Tribe National Anthem.
On the Star Spangled Banner, Fergie.
That our flag was still there.
All right. Now we can get started with the show. So, we've got Kyler Murray. Speakeasy was discussing Kyler Murray, so let's see what they had to say.
About the Vikings training camp, another QB battle going on. Kyler Murray sending a message, very first play of training camp, a 60-yard bomb to Jordan Addison. He was getting busy all day. He also ended up connecting with Justin Jefferson on a deep shot later on in the day. He took the podium afterwards and had some things to say about throwing the ball to Justin Jefferson.
He's the best receiver in the league. He wants to be. And from what I've seen out here, he's proved it every single day. And those are the guys you want to be around. It's few and far between having guys like that, but when you get around one, you see why. So, again, I'm just grateful I get to throw him the ball.
Grateful he gets to throw Justin Jefferson the ball. New look, new team, new wide receiver targets, new head coach and play caller, all for Kyler Murray. Do you guys think this is the change that he needed, and are his best days ahead of him?
All right, look, Prize Picks.
Before they even get into it, which I already see that I'm going to have to skip a little bit because they're about to do one of their personal ads. But I want to say that I think Kyler Murray just needed a change of venue. I think he's still a talented QB. He was just one that was stuck at a team that really couldn't get him where he needed to be. And that's unfortunate, but it happens all the time. I just don't think Kyler Murray was being utilized the way he needed to be. I still think there's potential there. Obviously, we'll have to wait and see what he does on the field, but I'm excited. I will have to say that I'm excited to see what Kyler Murray can offer the Vikings, because it's going to be a different experience, a different style, and obviously with the QB controversy that's going on with the Vikings, it's going to be quite the storyline, especially at the beginning of the season. But let's go ahead and finish this out.
Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
Where you at, T?
Man, I do. I think so. Kyler Murray is like a legend in Texas high school football, is he not? Never lost a game.
Legend.
Yeah. He won at the highest classification, never lost a game, sophomore, junior, and
the
senior
first player ever to be drafted in the top 10 in two sports?
Yeah, I believe so.
Only player in history to
Hell of an athlete, physically and mentally, because we always look at the physical part.
I forgot that Kyler Murray, he actually was a really great baseball player. Sometimes I forget about that, but whenever I refresh my memory, that's true. Like, he was great, multi-talented. I think he had an offer to play in baseball, so interesting.
But you have to be a hell of an athlete in your brain, in your head, to do both. I think Kyler Murray gonna have a hell of a season. He gonna remind everybody why he was the first pick of the draft. Saw him and Jordan Addison working out, leading up to training camp.
All the time where you see QBs in bad situations, but then you bring them to another team and they are outstanding. Correct me if I'm wrong, did we not just see that with the Seattle Seahawks quarterback? It makes a difference when you have a team that has all the pieces that a quarterback needs to be successful. That makes a huge difference. So could that be the case for Kyler Murray? It's possible.
First play of train. You know how hard it is first play? Because the DBs, they feel like we can't get beat. First play. You get bombed for 60, first play of training camp. And so you are with an offensive genius in O'Connell. And so the best receiver he's ever played with.
Correct.
One of the best receivers in the league, probably going to go down as one of the greatest receivers ever in Justin Jefferson. But Jordan Addison may also be the second best receiver he's ever played with.
I'm still not sold on Justin Jefferson. I don't know why. It's not that I don't think he's talented. It's just I'm not sold on him. How long has he been in the league? Gosh, it had to have been since, like, what, 2018 or 2019? I don't know. I know that him and Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow were together at LSU. They won a national championship. Was that in 2018 or 2019? So, I mean, I guess he's been in the league for a minute. He'll definitely be a Hall of Famer. I don't know. Maybe I am just sleeping on Justin Jefferson, y'all. Now that I'm thinking about it, I feel like this happens all the time where I sleep on Justin Jefferson and then I start refreshing my memory and I'm like, oh yeah, well, you know, maybe he is that guy.
And so
in their prime, he played with Fitz. So at that,
when they were at their best,
yeah, of course.
And so he now is going with two receivers that he's never had like that before. And I would say Marvin Harrison Jr., but the confidence that these guys are playing with because they have had success is different.
Yeah.
But more than anything, he has a coach that he believes in, that when he calls this play, damn, should I really be running this? Should I really be looking at this? Kevin O'Connell has proven without you. And so he going to trust and believe that whatever play is called is going to work because of what Kevin O'Connell has done without him.
Kevin O'Connell, I'll say Kevin O'Connell will be to Kyler Murray what Andy Reid was to Michael Vick after prison. There's another $100 million deal in Kyler Murray's future. Off the bat of Kevin O'Connell.
100? The way
these quarterbacks
250.
Kyler Murray's never thrown for 4,000 yards in a season. That's
he will
crazy.
this year.
Ooh,
Absolutely.
That's
Kirk Cousins' first year with
to put up there.
Kevin O'Connell, about 4,400. Sam Darnold's first year with Kevin O'Connell, 4,500. Sam Darnold had, I believe, 35 or 34 touchdowns with Kevin O'Connell. Kirk Cousins, 29 touchdowns with Kevin O'Connell. Kyler Murray is more talented than Kirk Cousins and Sam Darnold.
Hey, Pooh Man, shout out to that. I noticed that earlier today that I got to 502. Y'all, I meant to update my, Pooh Man, this happens to me all the time, but I meant to update my subscriber goal. Did I do that? No, I forgot.
Think about what Kyler Murray gives you the ability to do, both from a play calling perspective, moving the pocket perspective. He's more athletic than Cousins. He's more athletic than Darnold. Half-field reads perspective. And Kyler has a gigantic arm as well. I think that Kyler will probably win 10 to 13 games. And I think he has another, like you said, $150, $200 million deal.
I'm going to say he throws for 32 touchdowns, 11 interceptions.
Picks? Yeah.
Wow. That's what I say he has.
And run for another probably 500 yards.
So he
probably have 4,200 yards passing.
Yep.
That's what I believe.
Career year.
That's
career
amazing.
year.
Yeah.
And I think,
that's a big prediction.
Remember, JJ got a lot to play for too. Because everybody has forgotten, nobody's calling Justin Jefferson the best receiver in the league anymore. Nobody.
No.
It's Jamar Chase, it's Puka. Like, nobody's even mad.
So maybe because I said originally, I'm like, you know, I don't really, maybe I'm sleeping on Justin Jefferson, but I don't think I am, especially if you go back based off of this past season. I look at more of Jamar Chase, and I mean, I would say I kind of sleep on Puka Nacua as well. I'm just not sold on Puka Nacua either, but Jamar Chase, he's a talent. I think people sleep on Pickens. I think Pickens is a talent. Yeah, there that is.
I think even Madden has Justin Jefferson as like a 94 or 93 overall. Meanwhile, Jamar and Puka are like 99s, 98s, JSN. So when a video game has lost the respect for you, everybody's lost the utmost respect for you. So JJ got to come out here. He got to go get it. I think Jordan Addison is playing for a contract.
He is.
So Jordan Addison, he got to go get
JJ
it.
just
Kyler
needs to sit under Kyler Murray. Depending on how Kyler Murray can do this upcoming season, I feel like that's what JJ needs to do, is just sit and learn. Because, like I said, I feel like Kyler Murray has a lot to offer. He was just at a bad team that couldn't utilize him the way he needed to be utilized.
He got to go get it. Kevin O'Connell is probably playing for a coaching job. So he got to go get it. Every single important person in that building has something to prove this year. I think, Kieran, not only is it a career year, I think Kyler Murray will probably be in MVP conversations through 10 weeks of the season.
Yeah.
We've seen him do that before. I think through 10 weeks, TJ, I think he'll probably have 2,800 yards, 19 touchdowns, and like 6 interceptions. I think he's going to be an MVP convos. The Vikings are probably going to be 7-3. Let's take a look at their schedule.
Yeah, I mean, their schedule, they start off with Green Bay and Chicago, then at Tampa. They get Miami, New Orleans, Indianapolis, and then at Detroit and Buffalo. Those are their first 8 games of the season.
They better be 3.
I didn't realize the Vikings' schedule was that tough.
2 after them first 5.
Yeah,
they better be 3 and 2.
Kieran, go slower because I don't know if everybody heard you.
So we get Green Bay, Chicago, and Tampa as the first trio to start.
Schedule for. Dang it, I can't read that. I'm gonna have to zoom in. Okay, let's see what the first few games are. So you have Green Bay, Chicago, Tampa. Those are not easy games. The first 3 games right off the bat are difficult games. New Orleans is supposed to be a good team this year. Detroit, I don't know. I have some concerns with Detroit just because their secondary is kind of hurting, so I don't know how that's going to look for Detroit. I still think they'll be great, but I mean, I'm not saying that that's going to be an easy game for the Vikings either, but you got Buffalo. Oh my goodness. This schedule is no joke. So you got Buffalo, Detroit, Green Bay. Is that Green Bay again? Then San Francisco. I don't count out Atlanta because you just never know what you're going to get with Atlanta. But oh my, like that is no easy schedule for the Vikings.
Start the season there. 2 of those games on the road. I mean,
2 and 1 or 1 and 2?
Oof. That might be 1 and 2.
1 and 2. Kieran, 2 and 1 or 1 and 2?
I'm gonna give them. I'm gonna say 1 and 2.
2 and 1.
2 and 1.
Yeah, I'm gonna say 1 and 2. They might be able to get Green Bay, but I like what Green Bay's bringing back defensively as well. Chicago, I think, is going to be.
Oh man, they have the potential to go start off like 0-3 because you got Green Bay. I mean, they could win against Tampa, but Baker Mayfield's out here trying to prove that they need to pay him at the Bucs or re-sign him, whatever that contract issue is. But they have the potential to go 0-3, but I don't know. I don't ever sleep on a team. Like the Vikings really could surprise a lot of people, especially with the change, because you just never know. Once you get a new environment and a new change, you never know how a team's gonna look. It could go either way.
Juggernaut this year.
Yeah,
I think they're
Chicago
gonna
be a beast.
division. Tampa Bay, I think they can win that game. The next 3 that they have: Miami, New Orleans, and then the Colts. Easier stretch for them. You have to. You have to go 3-0. Now,
and you have to step on
the Colts. Gonna be good on defense, man.
I think the Saints are going to be tough too.
The Saints in New Orleans are going to be an offense.
They better beat the Saints.
That Saints offense might be a problem.
They don't beat the Saints season over.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is through 6 weeks of the year,
I kind of hope that the Vikings do well, because it's just like, I am a sucker for an underdog story. I'm a sucker for it, y'all. I can't help it. But people doubting Kyler Murray, and then, you know, you have a lot of the changes going on, and then you had Justin Jefferson not getting the stats he needed last season. So it's like, there's so much going on there. Like, I really kind of hope that they do well, because I feel like people underestimate them. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
The Vikings could be in a very tough situation, or they could be in a great situation. You never know.
Huh? That schedule is tough.
That's a very tough schedule. Their next 3 games don't get any easier. You have Detroit, Buffalo, and then Green Bay. And even after that, San
Detroit
Francisco
might take a step back this year, man. Detroit may take a step back.
I see that.
They may take a step back.
You expect them to take another step back after what? Last year they took one. Already,
yeah, because the problem is one.
That's my thing. That's what I brought up earlier. I said that I don't know how it's going to look for Detroit now, because their secondary is really hurting. So I don't know what you're going to get with Detroit this season. Honestly, Detroit ticked me off. I'm not even going to hold you. Detroit ticked me off. Y'all know how I felt about the Terry and Arnold situation. I felt like they shouldn't have let him go. If you look at the case, if you look at the facts of the case, I feel like they should not have let him go, but they did. So I'm kind of ticked off at them. If they end up not doing well, it's their own fault.
How long is this Gibbs holdout gonna last? 2, Gibbs now has to be the bell cow. Prayerfully, he can stay healthy. And then 3, I think the Lions have just peaked. And then also defensively, you got to deal with the whole distractions, the Terry and Arnold situation. Is Kirby Joseph going to be healthy?
Well,
the Detroit just got a lot.
Terry and Arnold's not even a distraction anymore, because they got rid of him. Which is completely, y'all, I'm about to just talk about this again. Oh, this gets me heated every time. Every time I see Detroit brought up now, it's just like, I have to talk about it.
So I'm not going to talk about it. I actually am going to talk about it a little bit.
About the Vikings training camp, another QB battle going on. Kyler Murray sending a message.
Detroit with Terry and Arnold, if you look at the facts of the case, it shows you a different side, y'all. The state really is just trying to make something stick. And that's what happens a lot of times. The state can be just as shady. People want to always talk about the defense in court cases. I'm telling you, the state can be just as shady, because they will bring up bogus charges that really they don't have any hardly evidence on, just to see if they can get a conviction. They become conviction hungry. And I think that's the case with Terry and Arnold, especially since it's a high profile case. But the state of Florida, they only have like a 70 or 78% conviction rate. So it's not very high. Terry and Arnold has great defense attorneys, and they're the ones that got him bond. They got him the work release. And even the judge told the state, hey, you don't have enough evidence for me to deny him bond or not granting him a work release. And the state tried 2 times to get that work release turned over, and they got denied. So I just think if people look at the case, like if they look at the evidence and what the state has, they really don't have a lot, because there's nothing tying him to the crime scene. Even the people who were involved, there was, what's up, Project Leroy? Good to see you in the building. Project Leroy, do I have a drop for you? If I don't, I need one. Send me what you would want your drop to be. Let's see. We're at 6:57. I need to play Pooh Man's drop too. Which I could use the one for Pooh Man, because that one could work for you as well. Let's see. I'm searching. Okay, drop on the way in the Discord. All right, cool. For now, I'm gonna play the one that I play for Pooh Man, and I'll just use that for Pooh Man and you for now until you send me what you would want.
Rolex wearing. Woo! Diamond ring wearing. Woo! Kiss stealing. Woo! Wheeling dealing. Woo! Limousine ride. Woo! Jet flying. Woo! Son of a gun. Woo! And I'm having a hard time holding these alligators down. They give me 2 claps and a Ric Flair. Woo!
That one works perfect for you too.
About the Vikings
All right,
training
back
camp,
to my
another QB.
rant about Terry and Arnold, that case. All the state has is the 2 girls who are speaking out against him for a lesser sentence. That's all the state has. But even the victims from the scene said that Terry and Arnold wasn't there. So it's like you don't have nobody placing him at the crime scene. You don't have digital evidence. All you have is this testimony for the 2 witnesses that are women who want a lesser sentence. That's not enough. And even the judge told the state that. So, I don't know. I'm really ticked off. This is what I mean by I'm really ticked off at the Lions for letting Terry and Arnold go. Because you're innocent until proven guilty. So, I go on such a rage about that. Anyways, let's get back to it. They were talking about the Lions.
Really getting ready. You look at Tampa with Vita Vea. It's the same. Baker Mayfield. I mean, at some point, you're going to ruin your season because you're being cheap if you're an owner of a team. But that schedule's not easy.
What does Kyler Murray have to do? What does Kyler Murray have to do to remove the bust label?
I don't think he's a bust. When you sign the second contract that he signed, you're never a bust. He just didn't live up to the expectations of being the first pick. Never a bust. But if Kyler Murray, after 8 games, if he has the Minnesota Vikings 5-3 or better, they're going to start talking about another contract. They're going to start talking about another contract.
Yeah.
If he's 5-3 after 8 games, okay, what we doing?
Is Kyler Murray the future star? Is he the franchise quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings? Remember, Kevin O'Connell had like 1 year Kirk Cousins, then I think maybe 1 year of Darnold, then 1 year of questionable.
That's when they drafted JJ.
Then JJ. So have they found their franchise quarterback in Kyler Murray?
I need 8 games
to tell.
Yeah,
I need 8 games to be able to tell.
What kind of question is that? You're going to have to wait to see what you get before you make a claim that that's your quarterback for sure.
Yeah. And if, like I said, if they 5-3, he their franchise quarterback. He'll be the quarterback of the Minnesota Vikings at least the next 6 years.
Woo-wee. Do you believe he will be? Just you've been around for a long time.
Yes, I do.
I ain't gonna lie, I think so too. I think Kyler Murray, he will prove, he will make a name for himself. I think so.
Play calling matters. Coaching matters in the National Football League. And we know Kevin O'Connell's proven without you. And you just said you believe he's more talented than Sam Darnold. You believe he's more talented than Kirk Cousins. Look at the success they had with Kevin O'Connell. So if you bring,
obviously it's a prove it deal, right? There's no question about that. My thing with that, Project Leroy, is I think that he will prove himself. I think he will do well this season. I think he will make a name for himself. I just think that he just needed a new environment, because you have all these great QBs who go to atrocious teams, but when you send them somewhere else where they have all the pieces they need, they succeed. You look at, I mean, you can even make the case for Sam Darnold. Look what happened with Sam Darnold. He was with the Vikings, he goes to Seattle, and look, he wins a Super Bowl. He just needed all the pieces to help him succeed. And I think that's Kyler Murray's case. I'm not saying he's going to go to a Super Bowl, but I think he needed new coaching, new environment, and that will be the difference. Because I still think he's a talent. But we'll see. I do have a few concerns with Kyler Murray. as far as distractions go, I don't want him being distracted. I think he is locked in. He'll have to prove it though. And we'll see. We'll see. Time will tell. I agree, Chelsea. He has a great head coach with exactly, Project Leroy. We're on the same page with that.
A guy in here who's more talented, you should at least equal or surpass that. We know what the defense is gonna do. We know what the defense is gonna do. You got two really good receivers. So to me, this should be a career year for Kyler Murray.
Correct me if I'm wrong in the wild thing I'm about to say, because I'm doing this off top of my
I would say the wildest BS I've ever heard. Here we go. Prepare yourselves, y'all.
head. Coaches from the McVay tree, McVay included, number one quarterbacks, you go to Super Bowls, right? Joe Burrow drafted number one, Zach Taylor, McVay tree, Super Bowl. McVay, Matthew Stafford, Super Bowl. O'Connell, Kyler Murray. Will that if you're from the McVay tree and you have a number one overall pick,
I don't know if I'll go that far.
I was gonna say, I think he's reaching. I think he's reaching here.
Because the thing with Kyler Murray is his leadership.
Yeah.
It's off the field.
Yeah.
And I don't know Kyler Murray, but that was talked about a ton, is Kyler Murray off the field as a leader. Kyler Murray.
Yeah. I was talking about, I said the distractions. That's what I worry about the most with Kyler Murray. But let me read what you said, Project Leroy. You said, my issue with Kyler Murray is he drops his eyes a lot looking at the rush. Yep. Yeah, he does do that. Late reads and throws to wide open players. Yeah. I agree. I agree with all that, Project Leroy, because I noticed that. I picked up on that. To be honest, I just think it could have been the play calling and the coaching that was an issue. Like, when you're not coaching the fundamentals and encouraging them to like be perfect, and I always talk about be perfect in every aspect of the game, right? I always talk about this.
We will be perfect in every aspect of the game.
About the Vikings training camp.
So when he's not being coached to be the best, it plays a part in him, making mistakes like that. I'm just hoping that the coaching, the new environment, I'm hoping all of that makes the difference, because I want to see those very issues that you're talking about, Project Leroy, get corrected. So we'll see. We'll see what happens, right? We'll see what happens with Kyler Murray.
The thing with Kyler Murray is his leadership.
Yeah.
It's off the field.
Yeah.
And I don't know Kyler Murray, but that was talked about a ton, is Kyler Murray off the field as a leader. Kyler Murray, can he lead a team? Can he do what's necessary? Is he going to put the time in to be great? That was what was said. And then people that have played with him have also said the same thing, like Kyler's a great dude. But
look, you made it this far,
I'm
so might as well go ahead.
He's really got to prove that he can put in the work. If he really truly wants to be in the NFL, he's going to have to show that, hey, I'm focused, I'm locked in, I'm working hard off the field and on the field, and I can be the leader that I need to be. That's my concern with Kyler Murray. All right, y'all, let's go to the drops, because Cree, shout out to Go Cree. She will be live later, y'all, so make sure you tune in for Go Cree. But let's go ahead and play your drop since you're in the building, Cree.
Do you know the Muffin Man?
The Muffin Man?
The Muffin Man.
Yes, I know the Muffin Man. Who lives on Drury Lane?
Shout out to you, Go Cree. All right, y'all. Let's get into this Tony Romo body cam. I have not seen it yet. So this I don't know what I need to be prepared for. I've seen the AI videos. I've seen the AI videos of people like making fun of it, but I have not seen the body cam. And all I know is that it came out that CBS put him on leave. We'll get into that as well, but here we go.
On the night of July 23rd, 2026, Milwaukee County Sheriff's deputies pulled over a car heading southbound on the interstate in downtown Milwaukee.
Now,
behind
in
the wheel,
Milwaukee, it's different. So in different states, they will label the DUI different things. So in Milwaukee, it's called OWI. I think it's operating while impaired, like operating a vehicle while impaired. You have DUI, DWIs, but obviously in Milwaukee, it's OWI.
Was former Dallas Cowboys quarterback Tony Romo, just hours removed from playing in the Wisconsin Amateur Golf Championship in West Bend.
Driver of the Jeep, go ahead and pull over to the right. Driver of the black Jeep.
Wait, did a female officer pull him over?
You have a right distress. You have a right distress. Pull over to the right. Pull over to the right distress. 24, violator.
24.
Southbound 43, just south of the,
Yeah, I don't know why, but I was just not expecting a female officer to pull him over.
5, black Jeep.
Y'all, this makes it that much better. I'm not gonna lie, but this makes it that much better knowing that a female officer is pulling him over. Tony Romo will miss out on his pay for commentary on the PGA right now. We will see what happens in September. Project Leroy, let me know what you think about this, but I'm not gonna lie, if he was placed on leave, I wouldn't mind seeing Ryan Clark step into his place. I know people have, different thoughts about Ryan Clark, but I don't mind Ryan Clark. I thought he was still a talent. We might not agree with everything he says, but he does add really great commentary. And, he covered some games with Monday Night Football. So I would be interested in seeing maybe Ryan Clark take over for him for a little bit. Even if it's not, a permanent spot, I wouldn't mind seeing him there for a little bit.
Hi there, Deputy Corps, Milwaukee County Sheriff's Office.
Were you speaking on the speaker back there?
I was.
I didn't even know you guys said that. So sorry.
All right. Reason for my stop today. Yep.
That was what you said.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Reason for my stop today is the unsafe passing on the right, the lane deviation.
Say it louder. I'm sorry.
Unsafe passing on the right, cutting across the gore. Obviously, the gore.
Yes.
It's the marked area.
Gotcha.
Where are you coming from?
Well, I live in Dallas, so I came in to visit.
Okay, Project Leroy, you think so too? Because I was interested in hearing, somebody else's thoughts on that if I brought it up. And so you're the perfect person for this. But you said, true, the door has opened for that opportunity. Oh man, I'm really crossing my fingers for that. I want to see Ryan Clark have another opportunity. So we'll see what happens with that. I think CBS would be fools not to try to take advantage of that. I'm just kind of concerned. Here's where I worry about it is after Ryan Clark spoke out on Pivot, I'm worried that, some networks might be a little bit afraid to take a chance on him. I don't think that should stop them, though. I don't.
That, but I got the gore.
You got the what?
The gore, you said?
Yeah.
That's what it is for you to cross it?
Yep.
Yes. I got what you're saying. You said
and
I
you were
crossed
coming
it.
from Grandma and Grandpa? What did you say? It's really hard to hear you, dude.
I can't hear you either. I'm
yeah,
sorry.
I know. We gotta basically yell at each other,
I
right?
feel like I'm yelling at you.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Where are you coming from?
The golf course. And I'm going to meet Grandma and Grandpa.
Okay. All right. I'll take a driver's license from you.
You got it. What's your name?
Deputy Corps.
Yeah, man, that's another great one. I think Ryan might go to NBC Sports. I think NBC Sports would be a great fit for him, especially having Mike Tomlin there now. The real odds and evens. What's up? Good to see you in the building.
Grandpa and I passed the Gore, which is the place you're talking about that you traveled over. I got it. You're saying I went over the white line.
What's a good phone number for you? All right. What's your the same last name?
Yeah. So I got the same.
Project Leroy, you said CBS seems like the type to void a contract with no penalty because this happened outside of the job. If that is not the truth, Project Leroy, that is the truth.
Okay. All right. Hang tight for me.
I will say this, I kind of don't like, and I mean that might, I'm not familiar with the area, that might have been the only spot for them to pull over at. I just am always weary of seeing body cams where they're that close to the road, because you see so many people get sideswiped and everything, and I'm not really a fan of where. I feel like there should be a requirement of where you're allowed to pull over people. I don't know, maybe that's a little too extreme, but as a safety precaution, so it's not endangering yourself or other people, I feel like you should be required to pull over in certain areas that's more safe, because that just does not seem safe. Look how close they are to the highway. Okay, you said expect JJ Watt to take over for Tony Romo's spot. You know what? That's something, I seen your comment earlier too on that, but that's something that I really didn't think about, because didn't JJ Watt sign a deal with them or something? I know that he was supposed to be doing something because I've seen it on Pat McAfee, but I just can't remember who with.
How many drinks have you had? You're coming from a golf course?
I played in a golf tournament at the Wisconsin State Amateur.
Okay.
So it's like a USGA event.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna run you through some fields.
What's that mean?
Field sobriety tests. Are you willing to take any field sobriety tests?
Call my lawyer and then I'm going to go ahead and fill it if that's okay.
I'm sorry?
Do you want me to take field sobriety
Yes,
test
you're
right
denying to step out of the vehicle pending fields?
I'm just going to call my lawyer.
Okay, step out of the vehicle.
I'm going to call my lawyer.
Nope, step out of the vehicle.
I'm not allowed to.
Step out of the vehicle.
So you're going to take me through
Field sobriety test.
I'm still allowed to call my lawyer, right?
You're not.
I'm not allowed
Nope,
to.
step out of the vehicle.
Wait, so he's not allowed to call his attorney before? I don't know how I feel about that. I feel like you should be allowed to call your attorney to get advice on what to do. I mean, I know regardless, if you deny a sobriety test, they take you to jail, right? I'm pretty sure that's a thing. But I think you should be allowed to at least call your attorney to get advisement on what to do. I don't feel like that right should be denied. Like, let him call his attorney, get the advice, say, hey, the attorney would probably say, hey, take that sobriety test. But I don't know. I don't know. I know where they are located in Milwaukee. Okay. They are on the bridge over the, what's that word? Mononymy? Clap it out, Chelsea. You all know I struggle with these words. 34 seconds. We're only 34 seconds into this, y'all. Wait, no. We're 3 minutes. Okay, I was going to say, how are we only 30 seconds into this? I know I've been watching a little bit more than that. We're 3 minutes and 34 seconds in, but y'all, I gotta clap this out. Gotta clap this word out.
Clap it out, clap it out, clap it out.
On the night of July 23rd,
But let me try to pronounce this word from Project Leroy. So it is, they're on the bridge over the Mononymy River. Below that bridge is where they have Summerfest in Milwaukee. Okay. And shout out to you, man. You're always giving me the timestamps of where I was at, because you know I be forgetting. Hopefully I said that name right. I know what Summerfest is, but I've never heard of that river. I don't believe I've ever heard of the river.
You're not.
Not allowed
Nope, step out of the vehicle.
Okay, perfect. You said Tony should have denied the sobriety test, as what an attorney would tell him to do. Okay, but okay, correct me if I'm wrong. If you do deny the sobriety test, isn't it an automatic arrest? Don't you automatically get charged if you deny the sobriety test? Okay, I said it right. Cool. Had to clap it out, but we got it.
24.
I'll take an additional 1017. He's not stepping out of the vehicle for field.
I'll do it. I'm just saying that I'm not allowed to call my lawyer.
Any available squad can head to backward to southbound to back up to 417.
I'm not allowed to. I'm not
You are pending an OWI with investigation.
I don't know how I feel about that. How is he impacting an investigation if it should be a right to call an attorney? I don't get that. I feel like rights get violated so many times. You said correct, Chelsea. If the state has to prove he was impaired, he would have lost his license, but he can still get rides. Okay. You know, it's interesting to me because with a first-time offender, it's really not that serious. Like, you can, they'll make you take a class, you know, you'll go through these little jumps that you have to do, but for a first-time offender, it's really not that bad. So I get, you know, it's Tony Romo, people want to blow this up, but I just look at it as anybody else. I mean, I just don't get caught up in status.
No.
You want you to step out of the vehicle.
Yeah, Poohman, I think they take denying a test as an admission of guilt. So if you deny taking that test, that's like an admission of guilt. I don't know. I think the legal system's messed up.
Copy. Yeah. 60, the subject is refusing to step out from the field.
That is so dangerous, y'all. I'm kind of ticked off that they're that close to the highway and she's wanting to do this sobriety test. Like, that is a danger. If you think he's impaired, why do you have him this close to a highway trying to do a sobriety test? I think that's reckless.
Alright, so you're gonna step in front of my vehicle? Step in front of my vehicle. Step in front of my vehicle, yes.
14 back on this. He'll be hired at C20 shortly.
24 squad, please slow it down. He's out of the vehicle. I'll be conveying him to the Sally Port for field.
I'm fine. It's fine.
Turn around for me.
Additional squads, copy.
There's a good chance that...
Patting you down for weapons, okay? No weapons on you?
you?
Okay, alright. You're detained pending an OWI investigation. Deputy Corps, sir.
Are you going to take me through I thought you were taking me through it.
So, as of right now, we're on a leveled ground. We're on a bridge. I want to convey you somewhere that's going to be an even surface.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. I was like, there is no way she's going to have this man do a sobriety test right there where the highway is. Like, I'm glad that she's moving him to a different location for this test, okay? Like, I'm glad she's at least doing that.
Debris?
Yes, I agree, so we don't get hit.
Turn around for me.
I get you. We need the cars.
Yep.
I just want to make sure it doesn't too far have a PVT.
24, that's a negative.
Y'all, we're watching this sobriety test while I have my Dallas Cowboys cup. Oh man.
I'll grab your phone for you, okay?
45, I'm already at the jail. Do you need any help?
What about the keys and everything?
Okay, hang on.
Nope, I bet.
45, you can stay at the jail, and 25, you can go back.
I will grab the keys. Your phone, I will grab as well, okay? You're detained pending an OWI investigation. I've patted you down for any weapons. I would normally seat you on the passenger side. Due to it being so close to the concrete barrier, we're going to go into traffic very carefully in the distress.
Seriously?
Yep.
Why not this way?
Because you're not able to fit, sir. There's no... So we're going to walk in the distress. We're going to go in the distress.
Can we grab the phone first?
I will, sir. I only have 2 hands.
I'm northbound at Howard to do more of a car to sit on that vehicle.
Have a seat.
Hey, 4 on copy. Are you going to sit with the vehicle?
You in all the way?
What's that?
You in all the way?
I'm in, yes.
Are you in all the way? Yes, I'm in. The way he said that. Oh man. Project Leroy, I'm gonna send Chelsea. You want to race for your drop? Okay, Pooh Man, send it to me. We can have different drops for Project Leroy.
Yes.
I know you're a taller fellow.
Yeah. It's a little bit.
4-5, that's still.
Yeah.
9 copy.
Y'all, fun fact about Tony Romo. His wife. Let's see, how can I explain this? There was this show, y'all probably are not familiar with it, but it was called Gossip Girl. And one of the guys that was on that show, his sister is who Tony Romo is married to. I don't know. Whenever I see stuff like this, I'm like, is there like marital problems going on? Is this why he's drinking excessively and at the golf course? You know, your mind starts to speculate and wonder so many different things, but that's neither here nor there.
Alright, so do you want to swing your feet up outside so you have a little more room?
What's up, King Williams? Good to see you in the building. King Williams, have you seen this body cam yet? I have. This is the first time I'm watching it, but we're reacting to Tony Romo's arrest.
I sure can. Coming out.
Is that possible?
Well, sir, I'm going to have you step out completely.
I'm trying. I'm sorry. Just the bad back.
What's your location?
Let me know if you need a hand.
Yep. I'm okay. I'm good. I'm good. Is it possible to take it off just so I can...
Yep.
Okay, this is your first time seeing it too. Okay, well, stick around because I don't know what we're gonna get. Right now, King Williams, she had to move him to a different location to perform the sobriety test. So they were on a busy, interstate. Project Leroy, shout out to Project Leroy, but he explained the location of where they were at when this occurred. And she had to bring him to a different location for safety reasons to perform this sobriety test. So this is what they're doing now. He hasn't been placed under arrest yet. But that, I'm assuming that's, going to happen since he was ultimately charged with OWI. Dang! How did 3 officers show up? I seen a backup with her body cam when they were on the highway, but it's like, where did all of these guys come from?
So, based on your driving, where you were coming from, you said the golf course, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
was the golf course I played in the WSG event.
The red glassy eyes, and then the odor of an intoxicating alcoholic beverage from your breath.
From all the guys.
You know, what's sad to me, and we can go back to the Henry Ruggs incident. Y'all know I don't like talking about that, but I feel like it's just as much the responsibility of those you claim are your friends and, you know, a bartender or whoever's serving you alcohol. It's just as much as their responsibility to say, hey, you can't drive right now. You are very much intoxicated, and take away their keys. It's like if he was somebody who was surrounded by all these people at this golfing event, they clearly knew he overconsumed alcohol. Take away his keys. Do not let him go on a highway. You know what? I hate to say it. Bad on Tony Romo, right? Accountability for Tony Romo's actions, but also give accountability for those who was around him, because they shouldn't have let him go off on the highway like that. I'm telling you, if I seen my family members or my friends and I clearly knew they were intoxicated, I would not let them go. I would fight them. I would fight them for their keys. There's no way I'm letting them endanger not only their own life, but also the other people on the highway. Like, I'm not going for that.
And then when my partner brought the backpack that you wanted, we basically do not an inventory, but I make sure that there's no guns in there. Yeah. Exactly.
So you guys check.
And there were
exactly, King Williams. They are legally obligated to cut them off. It's sad because most of the time they don't. It's unfortunate, and it shows you what a money problem it can be. The problem is Tony Romo has a lot of yes people around him. Truth, Project Leroy, that is true. There's a lot of yes people around him. Yep, no genuine people. Oh, that's so true. So true, Project Leroy.
That I observed.
Yeah. Any of them drink?
Okay.
I don't think any of them were drink, right?
Okay. So based off of that, I'm going to run you through some fields.
Yeah.
SFSTs.
Let's do it. I'm good.
Okay. All right. So. Flat surface, free to breathe. All my lights and everything are off. You're just gonna stand in the front here for me.
Yes, just one second.
No worries.
Yeah, I agree. He probably should have took that breathalyzer, but that's not what she offered. She offered the sobriety test. I don't know if you can have a choice with what type of test you take. I don't know if, you know, he could have done the breathalyzer. I don't know. If you all have done any research, the DWI charges are getting out of hand. Like, I've heard that it's turning into a dirty business. People getting charged with DWIs who really weren't intoxicated. So I don't even know if I trust the breathalyzer. I feel like it's becoming a money grab now for police officers.
Go ahead, dude. Pat it down, yep.
That's all she did. Okay.
She's been perfect. I'd probably do the same if I was there.
What is he doing? That's not part of the test, right? Is he just stretching? Heck! He passed! I would say if he could do that, I would pass him. I'm like, okay, you're clearly not that intoxicated if you can do all of that. Oh man, that was interesting.
Just stand in the middle for me. Yep. And you're just going to turn around. You're going to have stand facing me. Feet together.
Yep. Just slight half step forward off the push bar. Perfect. Thank you.
Feet together.
Sorry.
It's okay. Feet together, arms down at your side.
I think he's nervous right here. I think he's nervous.
Any head injuries?
Any head injuries? He has to be thinking, yeah, I've had a few. Like, yeah, I mean, if you look back at the Cowboys highlights where that man was sacked, didn't have an offensive line protecting him. Like, I'm telling you. I mean, shout out to Tony Romo. He was a little bit of a Houdini. He could escape the pocket and make really amazing plays, but his offensive line, man, they did not help him out whatsoever.
Excuse me?
Any head injuries recently? Any concussions?
Tony Romo don't know how to answer that. It's like, yeah, I've had a few concussions.
Over the years, yes, but not
Over the years. I like how he answered that. Over the years, yes, but not recently. I'm liking how he answered that question. Folks, this is why you don't incriminate yourself. Yeah. He's doing sobriety tests with a back injury. Yeah. Oh, Project Leroy. I did not think about that. Oh my goodness. I did not think about that. Oh, that's a good point, because if you have some sort of injury, you're not, like, isn't that a requirement for the police officers? Like, if you have some sort of injury, or you clearly hear them verbally communicate that, hey, my back hurts or something like that, they should not make you do a sobriety test? I know, Project Leroy, that's a good point, because now I'm wondering if an attorney will bring that up. Oh, that was such a good point, Project Leroy. What's up, CDTV? It's good to see you in the building. We're reacting to this body cam with Tony Romo. I have not watched it yet, so here we are. We're at 10:12. Let's play. Oh, we got Dr. X in the building too. Let's play y'all's drops. We're at 10:12. Let's see. Here we go. So we got my music producer in the building. Shout out to CDT Beats. Y'all, that's me. I'm like Kanye. I'm like Kanye jamming to those beats. Okay. Shout out to you, CDT Beats. Also, we have Dr. X in the building. Let's find your drop.
I won't see titties.
What's up?
Oh, man, get your ugly ass off the fucking thing. Fat head ass.
Y'all know I love boozy. Yes, I say boozy, okay? I don't say boozy. I say boozy. All right, back to
On the night of July 23rd, 2026.
Where did I say we were at? We were at like 10:12 or something like that.
Well, over the years, yes, but not recently.
Okay. So please stand with your feet together and your hands down at the side. Do not do any.
Oh wait, I gotta
stand with your
see
feet
what you
together
said.
in your hands.
Y'all seen that Cam Newton was out doing school clothes shopping with his kids? Wait, which outlet? Hold on, let me look.
Down at your side. Do not do anything until I tell you. Do you understand?
Do you want the shoes on or not?
What do you prefer?
Whatever you want.
Okay.
Like, I'm fine.
I'm going to check your eyes. Please keep your head still during the test.
Okay.
Look at the stimulus and follow the movement of the stimulus with your eyes only.
All right.
Keep looking at the stimulus until the test is over.
Stimulus?
Do you understand? Stimulus, top of my pen, right over here, okay?
Yep.
Do you understand?
I got you.
Okay. Can you maintain the position?
Y'all, I'm wondering, CDT, I'm wondering if he wasn't near me when he went school shopping. Oh, you think he was at the one in Georgia? See, I'm thinking he might have been at the one near me. Because, you know, I don't know if he still lives in North Carolina, but if he does, I'm wondering if he wasn't at the one near me.
Let's go.
I'm gonna make a couple of passes, okay? Top of my pen.
So what am I doing? Just tell me.
Which-
Am I looking at it or?
You're gonna look at the top of my pen.
Okay, I'm not a fan of this officer. I feel like she's not explaining, like she's speaking as if he should already know what he's supposed to do. And it's like, you know, he's probably a little bit rattled, shaken up with this, and it's like you need to be detailed and explain how this person is supposed to perform these tests. They're not experts. I'm not a fan of how she's acting. I will say that.
Okay.
So my eyes are going with it. Got it.
Yes.
Okay.
Maybe a couple passes.
Project
okay?
Leroy, that reminds me of a funny story. So whenever I was in high school, we had like an officer come, and he had these goggles. It was supposed to be like what your eyes see if you are impaired, and you put them on, and then you're supposed to perform this sobriety test, right? Me, never drank, never did anything, nothing. You know, I was a good kid, right? I passed this test, this sobriety test, with those goggles on with flying colors, and this officer's looking at me like, what are you doing in your spare time? And I'm like, hey, I just got really good hand-eye coordination, okay? I'm good. Y'all know I'm competitive. Y'all know how I am. If you tell me to do something, I want to be the best at it. And I mean, dadgum, if I was not the best at passing that test with those goggles on.
Following this as you move it. That's what you're saying?
Yes, sir.
Okay, got it. Am I supposed to move my head, or am I supposed to keep it?
Wait, CDT, you said they're trying to clown Cam Newton because he went there? No, Cam Newton is smart, let me tell you. He reminds me, it's similar to Ocho. Ocho's, you know, we all talk about how Ocho is with his money. That is, like, he is smart, you know, business-wise when it comes to his money. That is, people should not be criticizing him for that. Why is it that you always attack athletes who are being smart with their money? That should be praised. That man ain't broke. He was just on ESPN before he got, you know, fired, but he was on ESPN. That's income for him. He also gets NFL checks, brand deals. The man ain't broke. He has his 4th and 1 podcast. Y'all, I'm getting heated. Let me get back to this video.
Would you like the instructions one more time, sir?
I think I got you.
Okay.
Just trying to do it right. I'm sorry.
Chelsea, you can see with those sobriety glasses on. Oh man. Yeah, exactly. He's smart, spending that correctly, using his money correctly. What's up, the bird section? Good to see you in the building. Shout out to you. You know, Tiffany, she frequently comes over here. I know that you're familiar with Tiffany. I'll play y'all. Hey, I'm going to play you Tiffany's drop since you're here. We're at 11:31. Y'all go subscribe to the bird section. Here's Tiffany's drop. I'm going to play it for you. Shout out to Jalen Hurts and shout out to the bird section.
On the night of July 23rd.
Okay, let's get back to this body cam.
What do you prefer?
Whatever you want.
Okay.
Like, I'm fine.
I'm going to check your eyes. Please keep your head still during the test.
Okay.
Look at the stimulus and follow the movement of the stimulus with your eyes only.
All right.
Keep looking at the stimulus until the test is over.
CDT, that's a good point. Hey, trust, it's broke people saying that. That's true. Oh yeah, no problem.
Stimulus, top of my pen, right over here, okay?
Yep.
Do you understand?
I got you.
Okay. Can you maintain the position?
Yeah. Let's go.
I'm gonna make a couple of passes, okay? Top of my pen.
So what am I doing? Just tell me.
Which-
Am I looking at it, or?
You're gonna look at the top of my pen. Stimulus, okay?
See, again, I don't like how she's explaining this because I'm pretty sure you're supposed to look at the pen, but your head is not supposed to move. So your eyes are the only thing that can move when you're doing this test. So I'm a little bit ticked off at how she's explaining this. I don't believe she explained this in a proper way.
Eyes are going with it. Got it.
Yes.
Okay.
Make a couple passes here, okay?
Okay, so I'm following this as you move it. That's what you're saying?
Notice,
Okay.
notice how she, okay, I'm glad that he reiterated that because he said, so I'm following it as you move it, but nothing is said about keeping your head still.
Am I supposed to move my head, or am I supposed to keep it?
Oh, man, he was doing so good. He was doing so good until he made that comment. Okay, here we go.
I think I got you. I'm trying to do it right.
I wish he wouldn't have said anything about the head, because I'm like, if you would have let that go, that could have been something that could have helped your case in the long run, but he had to mention the head.
Gotta keep your head still, please.
Well, that's what I was asking. Okay.
Okay. So, eyes and eyes
just
only.
the eyes
Yep.
move only. That's what I was asking. I had to move the head just a little to get there. Sorry.
Just gonna keep your head straight for me. We're gonna redo that, okay?
All right.
Yeah, they're made to make you fail.
Good.
Still the top of my pen.
Yep. I'm still staring at it.
Don't move your head. Eyes and eyes only, please, okay?
Okay.
Oh, CDT, that's a good point. And CDT, don't you have experience like knowing this information? I'm pretty sure you know like how this works. But let me know.
Okay. The next step is the walking. Okay. The next step is going to be the walk and turn instructions, okay?
Yep.
Place your left foot on the line, real or imaginary, so you're going to picture a straight line in front of you.
Okay.
You can remain right over there.
Oh, sorry.
I'll start over. Walk and turn instructions. You're going to picture a straight line in front of you.
Okay.
Place your left foot on the line, real or imaginary. So take your left foot, put it on that line. Place your right foot on the line ahead of your left foot. Okay. With the heel of your right foot against the toe of the left foot.
Yes, I do both sides of the DUI stop, actually. I tell the cops to skip the test and pull out the breathalyzer. Ooh, CDT, this is something that we were talking about earlier because I didn't know. I'm so glad you brought this up because I didn't know if you could have an option. If you could say, hey, no, I don't want to do the field test, can I opt to do the breathalyzer instead? I didn't know if you could have the option to do that. So that's good information to know.
Exactly. Yep, exactly how I'm doing.
Okay.
Place your arms down at the side.
What am I doing after that?
Maintain this position until I complete the
and
instructions.
This is something else that Project Leroy pointed out, but if you go back to early on in this body cam, he said before he got in the car, or no, when he was getting out of the car, that, his back hurts. So Project Leroy made a really good point. If, you verbally communicate something like that, I don't think they're supposed to give you a test, a field test. So I don't know if that's going to come back and hurt the officer's case if, Tony Romo's attorneys can help, use that against the officers. I don't know, but that was a really good point by Project Leroy. Now, if you deny the breathalyzer, they suspend your license, okay, and ban you from getting a CDL license. Ooh, I didn't know that. CDT, I didn't know that you get banned from ever being able to get a CDL license if you deny a breathalyzer test. I never knew that. Y'all, okay, so I don't know if I should tell this story, but someone I was with, I wasn't with them at this time, but they had a history of drinking, and they had three DUI charges, and it would have been a third, right? But the rookie state trooper mixed up his blood samples, and the case got thrown out and dropped. So I'm like, he got out of that. He could have went to prison over drinking, and he got away, like he got away with it. Like he later got help and, you know, fixed the behavior, but I mean, that's no joke. I wonder, but now it makes me wonder if he ever denied a breathalyzer test or anything like that. Because I don't know. I mean, he told me all the stories. Like the first time he was pulled over, he said that he would have got away with it, but because of his tail light was out, and they pulled him over for that reason, and then it turned into they smelled alcohol on him, and that later ended up being a charge. But man, that's no joke. Project Leroy, too late. Too late. I told the story. I mean, I didn't name names or anything like that, but oh yeah, where's Team Peterson with his legal advice? Hey, I might message him and say, hey, you know, where are you at for your legal advice? Exactly. Tell them you have back problems. Oh, and you're in pain. Wait. Tell them you have back problems and you're in pain, and it triggers a false positive. So his attorneys could use that against them. The CDL ban would affect truck drivers. Football, not likely.
What are the instructions after that?
So, maintain that position for me. Would you like me to start over?
Well, I just want to see, what am I doing?
Okay, I'll start.
I was just asking.
So, picture a straight line in front.
Yep.
Okay?
I got
Take your left foot, put it on that line.
What do I do after that?
Take your right foot,
Okay.
put it in front.
Okay.
Heel to toe touching. Place your arms down at the side. Maintain this position until I've completed the instructions.
Are there any instructions after that or no?
Do not start to walk until you're told to do so.
Okay.
Do you understand the instructions so far?
So put my left foot down, right foot in front on the line, and then I'm going to wait for you. Correct? Got it. I think I'll use not the accidental fall off and down. Okay, ready?
When I tell you to start, take 9.
These instructions are meant to confuse you. Trust me, I know. Yeah, this is something that Project Leroy was talking about. These tests are meant to make you fail, and that's a good point. Because I'm saying, like, I have a pet peeve with how she's explaining this. I don't feel like it's proper instructions to help you succeed.
The toe steps on the line. Turn and take 9 move the toe steps down the line.
Okay.
I'm going to demonstrate by doing 3 steps.
Okay.
Okay? When you turn, keep your front foot on the line and turn by taking a series of small steps with the other foot.
Okay.
I will demonstrate it for you, okay?
Yep.
While you are walking, keep your arms at your sides, watch your feet at all times, and count your steps out loud. Once you start walking, do not stop until you have completed the test.
Okay.
Do you understand the instructions?
No, I don't. There's too many. You gotta go step by step.
Okay.
For somebody who is supposedly impaired, right? I think he's doing a really great job at pointing some things out that might help him. Because he's saying, hey, there's too many instructions. You need to go step by step. I'm glad that he pointed that out.
All right. So, take your left foot, put it on the line, the straight line, real or imaginary.
My name is, you're right. I think Romo will be just fine, especially for a first-time offender. Like this, you know, this usually isn't that big of a deal.
Show me how to do it real quick.
Take your right foot.
I will say this, the only reason why it's getting talked about though is because of it being a former Dallas Cowboys quarterback, and he's an announcer for CBS, so that, you know, obviously people are going to discuss this. Like, here I am talking about it.
Left foot on the line, right foot in front, heel to toe touching.
So here?
Yep. Heel to toe touching.
Yep, just like this. Left foot on the line, right foot directly in front of it, arms down at your side while she explains the rest of the instructions.
Okay.
Stay here.
Yep.
Okay, got it.
All right.
Now what am I doing?
Place your arms down at the sides. Okay? Keep your arms down at the side. Maintain this position until I have completed the instructions. Do not start to walk until you're told to do so.
Okay.
Do you understand the instructions so far?
I got it.
When I tell you to start, take 9 heel-to-toe steps on the line.
He looks like he's preparing for a football snap.
And take 9 heel-to-toe steps.
What does that mean by turn?
I will demonstrate for you, okay? When you turn, keep the front lead foot on the line.
Sorry, 1 second.
And turn by taking a series of small steps with the other foot.
Yep.
I'm going to demonstrate with 3.
Yes, thank you.
You will do 9, okay?
Okay, sounds good.
Okay.
Just sitting in there. Sorry, guys, 2 back
1.
surgeries. It does hurt.
Dang, I didn't realize Tony Romo had 2 back surgeries. Y'all, I'm glad that he's pointing out this back pain because that could help him. Do y'all think that him pointing out that he's, you know, complaining of this back pain, if that could end up helping him?
3.
So put it in, yeah.
I'm sorry?
Sorry, my bad.
Oh,
You go.
Project Leroy!
Okay. You're going to use a series of
Project
small
Leroy,
steps.
I just noticed that you're not a mod. My bad. Hold on. I'm glad I spotted that. Okay, there, I fixed that.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Yep. So 3 one way and then 3 the other way.
Another demonstration.
Nope, I think I got that. All right. So 3 steps and then turn around.
Would you like me to?
One more time.
Sure.
Just in case.
Place your left foot on the line, real or imaginary.
Who made you said, I'm not doing all that. Just breathalyze me. I'm with you. I'm with you all that. Skip the BS. Skip all that nonsense. Just give me the breathalyzer. And since now that I know, like after CDT said, like, hey, you have an option, just give me the breathalyzer.
Imaginary. Place your right foot on the line ahead of the left foot with the heel of your right foot against the toe of the left foot. I'm demonstrating for you. This is my left foot. I'm taking my right foot, putting it in front of my left, heel to toe touching, okay?
I'm just saying, you want me to turn around and go back toward the car?
So you're going to take 9 heel to toe steps on that line?
Like 9 that way or just 3 and then?
You're going to take 9 heel to toe steps back along that same line, keeping your front foot, lead foot, forward. I can start over with the instructions if you would like, sir.
Just take steps, right? 9 steps. 9 steps that way.
9 steps.
Isn't Milwaukee in Wisconsin? Because I'm pretty sure this lady has to know who Tony Romo is. When she read his license, she has to know. She pulled over Tony Romo. Because being like, you know, if she's a Green Bay fan, she has to know Tony Romo. Yeah, right? Yeah, she knows dang well she scored with a high-profile arrest with Tony Romo. Because I'm telling you, if I pull somebody over like that, you dang right. Like, I might be saying a few things. I might write me a book about how I pulled over Tony Romo.
9 heel to toe steps.
He was full on walking. There was no toe touching involved with that. Heel to toe touching.
Yeah.
No, the next text is going to be the one leg stand.
Okay.
Okay? Please stand with your feet. Please stand with your feet together and your arms down at the side. I'm demonstrating it for you.
And I should say this. If she doesn't know who she pulled over, those other officers do. You know, I would be cracking jokes. If it was me personally, I'd be like, oh, and by the way, Des Bryant caught that ball. That would be me. That would be me. I would bring that up. I'm telling you. I would use my last breath to be saying, hey, Des caught that ball, by the way.
Do not start the test until I tell you to do so. Do you understand?
Yep.
Okay. Would you like me to read the first part over again?
Thank you.
Truth, CDT.
Please stand.
And you gotta think age, injuries, all of those things are a factor into why people can't perform a test like that. The sobriety tests are what got Tony Romo in trouble with CBS. This is all public. Yep, truth. His lawyer is shaking his head right now, embarrassed. Chelsea, that's the only thing I got for cops. Jokes. Man, I believe it. Hey, I ain't gonna lie, CDT. Is it bad that it would be so cool if we had, like, some of your body cams? I shouldn't be saying something like that, but it'd be funny. It'd be funny to react to.
Feet together, arms down at the side. Do not start the test until I tell you to do so. Do you understand?
I do.
When I tell you to start, raise either leg with the foot approximately 6 inches off the ground, keeping your foot parallel to the ground.
Like
Keep both legs straight and your arms down at the side.
Here.
So foot parallel to the ground, okay?
What's that? I forgot. What's that against Seattle? Man, I forgot. It seems that, was that against Seattle? It was one of the, I feel like it was one of those birds. It was either, was it the Eagles though? I don't know. Maybe, I'm gonna Google that, because sometimes I just try to block that from my memory, but yeah. Oh man.
All right, keep both legs straight and your arms down at the side. Holding that position, count out loud in the following manner. 1001, 1002, 1003, and so on until you are told to stop. Keep your arms at your sides at all times and keep watching the raised foot. I'm going to demonstrate for you, okay? And then you just tell me which foot you want to raise, okay? I think I'm going to raise my right, okay? Approximately 6 inches, 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, and so on until I tell.
Miss me with all that BS. Miss me with all that. I'm with Pooh Man. Just give me the breathalyzer. Just give me the breathalyzer test. Ain't nobody got time for that. I need that drop, y'all. I need that drop. Ain't nobody got time for that, you know?
To stop. Okay? Gotta tell you to begin.
Can't do that. Yeah. Can't use that actually. I got you.
Right. Do you understand?
Yes, I got it.
Okay. Which foot are you choosing to raise, sir?
I'm trying to think about which one's stronger with all the actual relief I've done with all the back exercises, but so I guess we probably go with the left, I would say. Maybe the right? Nah, we'll go with the left.
Okay.
I'm gonna raise the right. So I'm gonna use the left on the right.
Okay. Maybe again.
You know what? What he just said kind of reminded me of O.J. Simpson when O.J. Simpson was being interrogated and he told they asked for the timeline and he said, well, I was at this time, or was it this time? I can't remember. Like, he never, gave them specific times. Like, they never could pin him down to a certain time frame. That was smart. I ain't gonna lie, that was smart. That's what that reminded me of with Tony Romo. Maybe I'll use my left. Maybe I'll use my right. I don't know. Maybe I'll just go with my left. That was funny. Oh, see, my name is, this is where we're going to disagree. You said, just watch the Des play again, and he did not catch that. Ball moved when it hit the ground. So, fun fact, my name is, the NFL later ruled it a catch. So, they made a rule after that play. They said this could never happen again, and NFL changed the rule, and, I think they actually call it the Des Bryant rule, but it was later ruled a catch by the NFL. Didn't help Dallas, but it was a catch. It was, in fact, a catch. Oh, and I will say this. He did maintain, the ball didn't move. So whenever he caught it, like he had 2 feet down by the time he touched the ground and he was inbounds. It should have been a catch. Like, it should have been ruled a catch. Everybody knows it, and this is why the NFL later ruled it a catch.
Oh, I know that was at least 8 or 9 seconds. By the way, I do this consistently every day, but the right
Gonna be
is
stopping the
weaker
test.
than the left, I feel like. Oh, sorry. You want me to go to the right?
All right.
Sorry. I can go to the right if you want. Sorry.
You
Just trying not to.
willing to submit to a PPT
What is that?
machine that you blow in?
It's a preliminary.
I
It
don't
does
like
not
how she
determine-
said that. Why didn't she just say breathalyzer test? Why did she expect him to know what the PPT stood for?
The results of
Oh,
my
no,
test.
we're not doing
Okay, thank you.
I've
Thank
already
you,
heard
Project
from all
Leroy.
the
You know what
lawyers,
I'm
though.
talking about. So they made that rule change after Calvin Johnson caught the ball, okay, to beat the Bears. Okay, yeah, you know what I'm talking about, though, that rule. But you are correct on that, Project Leroy. So they said whenever they made the rule change, that was a factor. Calvin Johnson, Des Bryant, all those guys were a factor into why they made that rule change. So I'm glad you brought Calvin Johnson up as well.
Whenever do that.
Okay.
So.
All right.
I'm trying to think of what year that happened. Let me look. No, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm distracted now. You get me heated over that dang Des Bryant catch, and this is what you get. When did the NFL later rule Des Bryant catch? So, the NFL committee later acknowledged nearly 3 years later. It was 3 years later, and they ruled it a catch on February 27th, 2018. Y'all, I should celebrate that day. I don't know if I should celebrate it, because what does that do for Dallas now? Oh, that makes me so mad. But yeah, 3 years later, they ruled it a catch.
All right, sir.
Did I pass this test?
You turn around.
No, I didn't. Can I use my phone real quick? Because there's a plane taking off.
You're
My
under
parents are
arrest
there.
for
Okay.
operating
We'll get
while
to
under the
that.
influence, okay?
But you can turn off.
I'll read you a sheet and everything.
Okay. You just put your shoes on, but then I need you to turn off.
Yep. Good.
Thank you. We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Y'all, I don't know. I'm kind of sensitive. I'm kind of sad. Not gonna lie, I'm kind of sad for Tony Romo.
Do you need two cuffs, sir?
Like, I might be sad, but let me tell you, I was pissed. I was pissed over that Tyreek Hill incident. Y'all remember the Miami incident? Whenever he was just trying to get to the game and those mean officers at Miami like pulled him over and got really aggressive with him. That pissed me off so bad. I still get mad thinking about that. This one just makes me sad, but man, that Tyreek Hill one, that gets me pissed.
Are you okay with one?
Please, one.
Okay.
2 with the back.
Yeah, so it gives you a little more armor.
Well, the back. I'm saying that was uncomfortable in there.
Okay. Would you like
Would you
to?
want the second set?
I don't know what that means.
A little bit easier on your shoulder. We'll give you 2.
I don't know what that means.
Well,
We're just
you
gonna
tell
put
us
2
how
sets
you.
of cuffs on you.
2 cups. Okay.
We're just gonna go a little bit easier on your shoulder. We saw you.
Wider.
Yeah, a little wider, a little easier on your shoulder. Okay.
I'm gonna.
We're gonna get. We'll get you through this. Okay?
Anyone able to search the mail, please?
I'm gonna search one more time. Okay. Anything else on you? Nothing else on you? Nothing that's gonna poke me, harm, stick me, or anything like that? Spread your feet a little bit for me.
You know, he also has to worry about his car because now his car's got to be towed.
You want that side?
Yes, please.
Okay. All right. We're gonna go. Okay. Grab a seat first, and then switch.
There's no chance to call them. Just tell them what's going on.
We're gonna try to work with you as best that we can.
I know.
but
I know you're saying that. I'm saying
yeah.
you can't just literally.
Statutorily, we have to do things like in a legal way first. Yeah. And
How long do you think it'll be?
The faster we get through.
Speed up the process. Get in the car. Chelsea, he can get a new car with a SR22. Yeah. That's true. He could just buy, the new vehicle. I'm just saying, like, that's just another added process that he has to worry about doing now. So on top of him trying to make his phone calls that he needs because he brought up a flight, you also have to add in the fact that now he's got to figure out getting his car back after it was towed. I don't even know if this was his car. Most likely this is a rental car because he was in Milwaukee. I know that he still lives in Texas. That's where he still resides. But this was in Milwaukee, so he definitely probably had a rental car. Could a rental... Ooh, I didn't think about this. But if a rental car is involved in an arrest, can they just call the rental car company to come pick up the car? If so, that would be an easier process.
Where are they flying out of?
Like 20 minutes away.
Where?
Racine.
Racine?
Yeah.
The Racine County Airport?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, KA, maybe TS. I don't know. I don't actually know the call sign, but
okay. She's good. Like I said, she has to get through some paperwork, read you a couple things, and then that kind of determines what happens from there. Okay. Yeah. But once we get through all of that, and the first moment that we can get to a phone call, we'll get you.
I know this part of it, though. I'm going to go ahead and say I want a lawyer. So we're going to do that. Right. So do I do it now or do I do it later?
She has to read you some things, like I said.
She's already read a bunch. So,
per the law, she has to read you some more stuff, okay?
Yeah, no problem.
But try to make this as efficient as we can for you, okay? But I'll let you stretch out a little bit more, but to stretch, but then I got to have you sit in the back of the car.
Come on, seriously?
I understand.
I played golf today.
I understand.
Seemed good.
Y'all, this doesn't get talked about enough, but this is a very real thing for former athletes, like former football, like especially in football, because I'm telling you, like, my friend's dad, like, he's the same way, like, constantly complaining of back pain. He can barely stand up to grill food because of how severe the back pain is. I mean, that's very, very real. And that's just, part of playing the game you love. It's interesting because all of them, like most of the ones that I talked to, they said that if they could do it all over again, they still would. Even though they have to live with severe back pain, if they had a chance to do it all over again, they would. And I can't blame them for that.
All right, you can grab a seat.
Yep, about to get in.
Mr. Romo.
I'm going in.
Mr. Romo, I have to have you sit down.
I promise you, I'm going.
Mr. Romo.
I'm going in there, I promise you, but I'm telling you also.
Mr. Romo,
I don't think you understand. Like, you literally
Mr. Romo,
can't sometimes.
I trust
you.
you.
Have back
I
injuries?
understand.
I don't think you have.
Mr. Romo, I understand, but I gotta have you grab a seat in the car now.
I promise
okay?
you I'm going in there.
Okay, I need you to sit down.
I'm just trying to make sure that I hold the right spot.
Okay.
Once you actually get there, when you're 8 years old, this is back. You'll get it.
Do you need help getting your other foot in?
One sec. One more second, sorry.
Don't stand up again, just get in the car.
Thank you, Mr. Romo.
Y'all, you can tell that guy knew who he was because he said, "Thank you, Mr. Romo." I bet you that officer has probably never spoken so politely to somebody in his life like he did Tony Romo just now.
Mr. Romo, do you mind if I read you something? If I open the door, you're not going to try to get out, are you?
If you let me get out, I'd love to stretch. But
well, can't
whatever
technically
you want
let
me
you.
to do,
Okay.
I'll do.
All right.
Whatever you want. You've already won the day, so.
All right, sir. So I have to read you the informing the accused.
Is it possible for me to stand up while you do this, just to get out of here for a second?
Okay.
I'm sorry. I really have had 2 back surgeries. I'm not
Okay.
joking. It's not an exaggeration.
All right. So how about this? I'll meet you halfway. I'll open the door. You can swing your legs out. That way you're a little more comfortable. Okay?
That's great.
You are a taller individual, so I'm willing to work with you.
So
Just
that was
stay
nice
seated,
of
just
her.
like.
I'll give her that. She was being nice, you know, right here.
Yeah, please, okay?
Thank you.
Don't get up. Perfect. I don't want the door to hit you. This is the informing the accused. Under Wisconsin's implied consent law, I'm required to read this notice to you. You've either been arrested for an offense that involves driving or operating a motor vehicle after using alcohol or drugs or both. Qualified.
Okay.
Will you submit to an evidentiary chemical test of your breath?
No. Like I said, I want my lawyer.
Okay.
For the 8th time.
Tony Romo was booked into the Milwaukee County Jail and released later that night after declining the preliminary breath test at the scene. He was issued a ticket Monday for refusing that test. Investigators also obtained a search warrant for a blood draw, and those results are still pending. Romo is due back in court on September 21st, and the case remains open at this time.
I'm interested to see what the blood work shows. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. I do think he did say some things that might help him with his attorney, like complaining of the back pain, but I don't know. I mean, obviously, either way, he's a first-time offender. It's not that serious. I mean, it's still serious, but not as severe as it would be if this was his, like, second or third charge. So we'll see what transpires with that. Obviously, he's on leave with CBS. I brought up how I wouldn't mind seeing Ryan Clark step in to cover for Tony Romo, depending on how long he is absent from CBS. I mean, he could return at the start of the season. We don't know. But if he is out, I wouldn't mind seeing Ryan Clark replace him. I don't see it happening, but I wouldn't mind it. I think they should jump at the opportunity because CBS can be kind of boring when it comes to covering football. I'm not going to lie. Obviously, Tony Romo will, you know, say some hilarious things, but it just seems kind of dull. So I think Ryan Clark would add something. But Project Leroy brought up how J.J. Watt could possibly step in as well. So we'll see what transpires with that. Moving on, I want to get into some of the other NFL QBs. So here's one with A-Rod. We'll see what A-Rod had to say right here.
All right, last season of Breaking Bad, incredible. Last season of Fresh Prince, beautiful. We get the last season of this man, Aaron Rodgers of the Pittsburgh Steelers. What's up, dude?
What about Game of Thrones?
Do you believe that it really is Aaron Rodgers' last season? What's up, KJ? Good to see you in the building. I don't know if I believe it's really his last season. I think it should be. I mean, just go ahead. You have, you know, great accolades throughout your career. Why don't, you know, just let this be the last one. But here's my thing. Here's my thought process on this. Let's see if I can't find this drop.
Because I be feeling like everybody lying. Nigga, you lying. You
I feel
ain't do
like
that.
everybody lying. I feel like Aaron Rodgers could be lying.
All right, last season of Breaking
What if it
Bad.
really isn't his last season like he claims? I mean, the guy doesn't even have kids. Like, he doesn't have kids. I don't know if he really wants a family. He's spoken about wanting a family, but I don't know. It's like he doesn't have kids. There's really nothing tying him to not play the game. I mean, heck, look at Tom Brady. Tom Brady having kids and a family, that didn't stop Tom Brady from playing. He lost his marriage over wanting to play again. So, I don't know.
What about Game of Thrones?
Hey,
Do we even
KJ,
want to
shout
put
out
that
to
energy
I'm
out?
so glad that your dog returned, because I know last night you were worried about that. So good that the pet control people were able to find your dog, and that, you know, he's home safe. But man, let me tell you, last night in D-Money's chat, that was wild, y'all. That was wild, because like the trolls were trolling last night in D-Money's chat, and it was all over this, like, the way they were playing the game, like, they were, for those of you who don't know, D-Money, he plays 3-on-3, and these guys, they were, like, so intense about it, and then they started trolling in D-Money's chat. They came after CDT Beats, and I was like, heck no, like, y'all know how I am. I was like, oh, heck no, I ain't going for that, and I timed them out for 24 hours. I got them the heck on out of there. But yeah, last night in D-Money's chat, that was interesting.
I know you have takes on that.
Well, the last episode, I wasn't a fan, but everything else.
I just remember
the second last episode is one of the greatest episodes of all time.
The Dracarys episode?
Yeah.
I remember you standing in the Green Bay locker room being like, Bran is going to rule the 7 kingdoms? You were on fire.
So it's awful. Awful.
No, that's not going to be
I
this,
wasn't
dude.
expecting them
How's
to
life?
get into TV shows, but okay.
How are you doing?
That's good, man. I'm happy to be out here. I actually love it in Latrobe. I love this whole experience. I love the time we get to spend, when we're off here. I love Meadows down the street.
Sure.
Haven't been there yet because I'm trying to get my weight at a certain level. Me and Skoranek, we're trying to get under a certain bar, and then we can go to Meadows. It's like a gift, a present for us.
I've heard them talk about that location,
but,
Meadows, before. They really enjoy going there.
But no, I love being up here. It's so surreal. It's full circle with Mike. In so many ways, it's kind of weird sometimes. I catch myself with hearing him. I'm like, am I dreaming right now? Because I hear his voice sometimes, so I'm dreaming. Him yelling at my ass or something. But but no.
Y'all know I got so many thoughts when it comes to Mike McCarthy and Aaron Rodgers reunited. I think that the Steelers knew what they were doing. They knew that Aaron Rodgers had some sort of reconciliation with Mike McCarthy, so they kind of pushed to have Mike McCarthy there because they knew that Aaron Rodgers would be okay with it and it would, motivate him to returning. I think the Steelers knew what they were doing. My thing with this is, how is it going to look? Because I'm telling you, I talked about this last night on Real to Sports, but was it last night? Yeah, it was last night. I talked about this on Real to Sports. Here's my thing with Mike McCarthy. Is it going to be the same issues? Because he really struggled with the play calling, especially when he wanted to be offensive coordinator and head coach. The play calling wasn't there, and that's why Aaron Rodgers just basically had to make his own plays. Then you fast forward to him being at the Dallas Cowboys. He couldn't get the plays. There was some sort of issue. I don't know if Dak couldn't hear him through the headpiece device of what plays they were running, or if Dak seen something that he didn't like on the defense and he needed Mike McCarthy to give him another play. I don't know what the issue was, but let me tell you, the delay of games that the Dallas Cowboys got ticked me off with Mike McCarthy. I didn't want Mike McCarthy to begin with at the Dallas Cowboys. So I'm just interested to see how is it going to look. The one good thing with having Aaron Rodgers is he knows what he's doing. Like, he can adjust plays. If he sees something that he doesn't like on defense, he can make those changes better than anybody. Because, he's a veteran for a reason. I don't know. Like, I don't know how much input Mike McCarthy is going to have on this team. Is it? I don't know. It'll be interesting to see.
It's fun.
So at that point, there's not a lot of things you could say at this stage to surprise me. I was genuinely surprised when you just said, yeah, this is it. This is the last year. How did you have that clarity?
Well, it's been that way the last couple of years, just feeling into the off.
I just watched it as well, and that was interesting. I wasn't the biggest fan of how the officers handled it, but, it is what it is.
Seasons on what it feels like. I kind of had shut this door 99%, and then Mike got hired. So it's kind of like he kind of put his foot in the door a little bit.
I knew it. I said it feels like Mike McCarthy being hired at the Steelers was a tactic to attract Aaron Rodgers into returning.
And I wanted to see where he was at. We had a great conversation in 2022 before we played him in Green Bay when he was with Dallas. But I just wanted to, start the relationship up again. We were still talking, but just see where he's at, see if they even wanted me.
I'm telling you, Aaron Rodgers at the time, whenever, Mike McCarthy was still the head coach at Green Bay, Aaron Rodgers could not stand him. Could not stand Mike McCarthy. Like, I played y'all that one video, the one clip I have of Aaron Rodgers. Whenever the play call was bad, you could see Aaron Rodgers yelling at Mike McCarthy. That was a stupid effing call. Stupid effing call. So I don't know what we're gonna get here.
Keep expectations low, but it progressed slowly, and I'm real glad to be back.
Just a hypothetical. This goes great. You love it.
No,
your body's great. You win.
The stretching, the constant need to stretch, that was entertaining. But I'm telling you, that back pain for former football players, that's no joke.
You win playoff games. You're just loving it. No?
No, this is it.
That's incredible.
Yeah. I feel good about that.
I can tell. You're giving off that energy. You also give off great energy when you talk about DK. Aaron, this over the years, I've done a lot of comps for you, like pop culture comps. James Bond, Pennywise, Hawkeye from the Last of the Mohicans. Yeah, you were in the sewers of Bears fans, just terrifying them. I have one for you and DK.
Oh, okay.
All right, so I want you to break this down. So you and DK, give me the side-by-side. At this stage of your careers, at this talented, you're on the left. So that's what you guys. All right, get ready for it. You may hate this, but I think you're going to like it.
He said, what is the pop culture? But I think you're going to like it. Which is it? Is he going to hate it or is he going to like it?
Comp for Aaron and DK right now.
Please be white man.
Bring it
can't
up.
Jump.
Bring it up. Bring it. There we go.
Oh my God.
I'm kind of looking at them sideways for this. What's the point here?
I love
what do you think?
I love mine. Yeah, I don't know about his. Yeah, I love mine.
Well, he's like the young freak, like the physical specimen.
Clint Eastwood.
Okay. Take your eyes off of.
Okay.
Why do you love yours?
Okay.
I love Clint Eastwood. I mean, his movies, some of my favorite movies. Outlaw Josie Wells is one of the greatest westerns of all time.
I just thought about this. Hold on. We're at 3:08. Elsie, I just thought about this, but this is what I think of when it comes to Tony Romo.
Players fuck up. Players fuck up all the time. I was pissed.
I think of Tony Romo with that. Hey, players mess up. Players mess up all the time.
All right, last season of Breaking Bad.
He messed up a little bit. That was funny though.
He kind of put his foot in the door a little bit.
Let's get back to it.
You love it.
No,
your body's great. You win. You win playoff games. You're just loving it. No?
No, this is it.
That's incredible.
Yeah. I feel good about that.
I can tell. You're giving off that energy. You also give off great energy when you talk about DK. Aaron, this over the years, I've done a lot of comps for you, like pop culture comps. James Bond,
Pennywise. Here we go.
All right, get ready for it. You may hate this, but I think you're going to like it. What is the pop culture comp for Aaron and DK right now?
Please be white man.
Bring it
can't
up.
Jump.
Bring it up. There we go.
Oh my God.
Hey, don't see that.
What do you think?
Your school has football players going to the NFL. Do you play in college or is it in high school? Because if it's in high school, they do have to go to college first before they can go to the NFL. But that's interesting, KJ.
Love mine, yeah. I don't know about his. Yeah, I love mine.
Well, he's like the young freak, like the physical specimen. You can't take your eyes off of.
Okay.
Why do you love?
I got no clue. That's my thing. Is it seems like they just have a lot of older players. I really don't know what they have. Like, I know they added Bernard from Alabama as a wide receiver, but I don't know. Like, as far as the offensive line goes, I don't know what that's going to look like. It just seems like it's a lot of older players. Similar to what you see with San Francisco right now.
Yours.
I love Clint Eastwood. I mean, his movies, some of my favorite movies. Outlaw Josie Wells is one of the greatest westerns of all time. Yeah.
Are they going? Is any of them going to any SEC teams like Alabama or LSU or Georgia?
Everybody else would go Unforgiven. You go Josie Wells. That's why we love you.
That one didn't hang him high. Have you seen that?
No.
Oh, it's fantastic.
All right.
I really like that.
Picked a better one for DK Metcalf. Why did he give him, what's that guy's name? Jason Momoa or something like that? Why did he give DK Metcalf Jason Momoa? I could get Clint Eastwood, but the Jason Momoa one, I feel like you could have picked someone better for DK Metcalf.
Meet Clint a few years ago.
You did?
Yeah.
Legend.
At the old Pebble Beach, because he was like the honorary, I don't know, host of the tournament.
Yes.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome.
God, what a life. We have to keep this a little short. You're very busy today, but I want to take a very sharp left turn before we finish. Something really personal. I want you to know I was genuinely moved by your post with your family and your parents. Like, genuinely.
Why are you so invested in this man's family life? I mean, if y'all don't know, like, there was a rift between him and his brother, Jordan Rogers. Jordan Rogers, for those of you who don't know, he's a part of the SEC network. He also is a guest on ESPN. I've seen that they've had him on Get Up lately, but anyways, I think it was very shady what his family did. His family was just clout chasing, basically, because whenever I think it was Jordan Rogers was on, like, The Bachelor or some show like that, they, like, you know, had a table setting for him, and it showed him not showing up or something like that, and they tried to spin a narrative about Aaron Rodgers that wasn't true, and that's what caused the rift. Aaron Rodgers didn't want no part of being around them, and I don't blame him for that. But it's interesting to me. Like, everybody's making a big deal about his reconciliation with his family. I don't get it. I mean, it's like, yeah, it's great. I'm glad that they reconciled. Hopefully things are healthier now. But I had an issue after I heard about what went down behind the scenes. What's up, Pinball? Good to see you here. Let's see. We're at 341. Let's play Pinball's drop. Pinball, I feel so bad yesterday because I was, you know, in the middle of talking and I didn't play your drop, and I was like, man, I played it later. I did play it later. I played the CDL drop and I played your drop as well. But I always feel bad because it just seems like you're the one that gets neglected, and I don't like that. I don't mean for it to be that way.
Hey, boy, do it to it.
Shout out to the CDL gang. Also, shout out to shout out to Pinball. Hopefully did I say? Yeah, hopefully I was saying Pinball. There we go. Yeah, shout out to you, Pinball. Okay, 341.
All right, last season of Breaking Bad.
I remembered where I was at this time. All right, here we go.
By your post with your family and your parents. Like, genuinely, I thought it was really, really cool.
Yes,
how does that?
KJ, I have 3-on-3 on PC. I do have it on PC because I said if I play 3-on-3, I'm playing on PC. I know that D-Money don't like that, but that's where I would play.
Affect you in your heart, in your head right now?
There's been a lot of conversation about it outside of my own conversation for so many years. You know, a big part of it was getting married and having those conversations with my wife that allowed me to kind of open up to the possibility of coming together. It's been a couple-year process now, the conversations with them, but you know, I've been very, very closed off about that part of my life, and I want to keep it that way, but there's been a narrative that's gone on for too long that I wanted to kind of shut down, and it's been really beautiful to reconnect with them, all of them. And I got to spend a long weekend recently. Those pictures are from in Nashville with my parents, my brother and his sweet wife, and their incredible 2 kids. So I got to be an uncle.
I saw that.
It's really special. So a lot of my life has been full circle. I think the last year, and that was part of it. I knew it was part of it, and I'm happy to be reunited and that part of my life is a really
I
beautiful
will
addition.
say this. It is a sweet moment. Like, you know, this is kind of what leans me towards, okay, this probably is his last season, because you have the narrative of him healing his relationships with his family, you know, feeling like closing this chapter with football. I think it really could be the end, but you never know with Aaron Rodgers.
And I got to give my wife a lot of credit for, not that she was pushing me, because she never was, but just the way that she loves and supports me. Having her by my side during this process has been really special, and I miss those relationships. And there was reasons for it that don't need to be talked about, but I'm thankful that that's come all the way back around.
I'm happy for you.
Thank you.
Happy for her too. Last question. 1 year from now, Aaron, it's going to be August 1st, 2027. What the hell are you going to be doing?
Whatever the hell I want.
My man.
Whatever I want.
What do you want?
I don't know. I haven't created a fall schedule. 22 in the league, 3 in college, every year in high school. I don't even know what the hell goes on in the fall, so I cannot wait.
You want to go apple picking?
Anything.
Do you guys see Aaron Rodgers ever being, like, on TV? I could see him joining, okay, so I will say this. I could see him joining Pat McAfee. Joining the cast of Pat McAfee, because he was active on there. Obviously, when football season starts, like, sometimes it's not as often, but he's, you know, frequent on the Pat McAfee show, and he has his former teammate AJ Hawk who's on there. So I could see Aaron Rodgers joining the Pat McAfee show.
I will miss a lot, you know, the guys, the locker room, the competition, but man, I've given a lot to this game, and I'm excited about the next chapter, which is going to be my Kaiser Soze chapter.
The walk-off, and like that, he's gone.
Yeah.
This guy's kind of cheesy, I
Aaron,
ain't gonna lie. I think he's kind of cheesy.
You're my favorite guy to talk to. Thank you very much over the years for giving me the privilege to do it.
We go way back. I appreciate you.
Thanks, man.
All right, there we go. There's Aaron Rodgers, what he had to say. Let's see, y'all. Dak, I ain't gonna lie, Dak kind of ticked me off. If you saw my recent short, my YouTube short, he said something about, you know, them doing historically great things in the past with the offense, and I'm like, what? Like, why did you say that? Why did you say that? Because you ain't done that. What, have we made it to a Super Bowl? Did we go to a Super Bowl that I was not aware of? Because you had no business saying something like that. Historically great things on offense. It's like, if you ain't won a Super Bowl, what are you talking about? Nobody cares. I mean, he's not won MVP. No hate to Dak Prescott. Y'all know I love Dak Prescott. But what are you talking about? Historically great things. Hold on, let's go over here. Let's see. I probably got something to say to Dak Prescott after hearing some mess like that. Let's see if Stephen A can give me one. Oh yeah, how do you do that? How do you say some BS like that, Dak Prescott?
How do you do that? How do you do that? What the hell is going on?
What the heck is going on? Y'all, that had me heated. I ain't gonna lie. But let's watch what Dak Prescott had to say here.
Thank you, Rhett. Yeah, CD, I know it's only day 3 of practice, but getting in the end zone feels...
Let's see. Is this the one? Y'all, I downloaded the wrong thing, I think. Okay, no, I didn't. Here's Dak Prescott. I'm skipping over CD Lamb. I'm not gonna... That's a whole other issue for me.
The standard that it's been on the practice field, as you said, trying to compete for the 2 spot.
Kellen Moore, now the coach down in...
Mouthpiece, because he's going to talk, for sure.
That's right. Let him know on Monday when you put the pads on for the
Can't
first
wait.
time. We appreciate it. Stay healthy and have a great 2026.
Sure.
One of the best around, CD Lamb of the Dallas Cowboys. Rhett?
Oh, yeah. Speaking of that, Pooh Man, I also have your other ones. Is it up here still? Maybe I haven't switched them out. But I did save the ones that you sent me on the little graphics. I want to cover the Hail Mary one, and I want to cover the best punt returns. Those are the 2 that I want to cover. I don't know if I'll be able to get to it today, but I'll save that for tomorrow. Maybe I can, y'all, my goal is to like live stream early, so we'll see if that can happen.
Rhett, thank you very much. Man of the people. Signing those footballs. Signing those shirts. What's the strangest thing you ever signed? Come on.
That's a good question.
Body part? PG.
No, I normally don't. I don't sign the body parts.
Dak,
You know.
not finding the body parts. I like that answer.
You got the request, though.
Yeah, for sure, the request. Yeah.
Well, welcome to year number
Y'all, do
11.
not be that person. And this goes for the men, too, because the men, you know, you'll have the men. I mean, I guess this goes for the women, too, but you'll have, like, them sign it because they'll want to get a tattoo. Don't be that person. Don't be that person. It is not that serious. Do not have an athlete sign somewhere on your body just for you to get that tattoo. I wouldn't do that. Just have them autograph, you know, a picture or something normal, a hat, a jersey, especially a jersey. That is highly more marketable than you having a tattoo of a name of an athlete. Get it on a jersey. Like, anyways, that's my little rant.
Leave. It's 11. I want you to spin the dial back to 2016. You came in as the third quarterback, right? Yep. Kellen Moore, now the coach down in New Orleans. He breaks his leg. Now you're fighting for the backup role. Tony Romo gets hurt in the last preseason game, and they're telling you, Dak, congratulations, you are the starting quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. When you heard that for the first time, what was going through your head?
I mean, I was pumped, but obviously, you know, it was earned. It was earned out here in the practice field, as you said, trying to compete for the 2 spot. And then when Tony got hurt, just the reps that I'd had when he was hurt just showed that I could do the job. And so for me, it was just about stepping up for my teammates. You know, you step in the huddle with guys like Jason Witten, Travis Frederick, Tyron Smith, Zach Martin, future Hall of Famers. You want to make sure that you give them everything that you can and that you hold the standard that has been held before you. And it's just a blessing now to be here still in the same position 11 years later and a much better player.
11 years, y'all. 11 years. And what does he have to show for it? That's my issue with the Dallas Cowboys. You can say it just like, you know, some of these other teams, but these are certain teams where you don't want to be as a quarterback because they set you up to fail. Dak Prescott, he's never had all the pieces he needs to succeed, especially on defense. The defense has always been a consistent issue. I don't care what anybody says. But, oh man, like, 11 years? Look at Tony Romo. Like, Tony Romo, look how much time Tony Romo spent. And he didn't even have all the pieces he needs. Like,
In that same vein, talk about your game and how you've grown since you first stepped out there on that field that first time.
Yeah, I mean, just one is a thrower. You know, I wasn't the thrower that I was back then. More of just, I guess, an athlete, a bigger guy. And then you get into the training, you know, you find guys that really can tune your arm up and teach you what it's about to be a thrower. And then so it turned into that. And then just the more that you play, the better the easier it becomes to see the defenses, to diagnose the things. And I'm feeling the best that I've ever felt, and just staying healthy and making sure I'm putting my guys in the right position to make plays.
So offensively, 2026, you guys are on point. There's a real good possibility you're going to have all 11 starters in the same positions as a year ago. Is that almost like a cheat code at this time of year when you're not trying to bring in draft picks and free agent signings or guys that you traded for?
I wouldn't say it's a cheat code, but it's definitely a blessing. It's definitely, you know, a privilege to have guys that, you know, everyone's
it always ends up biting us in the butt later on.
Going in a year or two together. And so it's about making strides, and at the same time, it's a big responsibility and obligation. You know, we all owe it to each other. We owe it to this team. We owe it to Coach Shoddy, you know, in his second year under him in the play calling. And so it's big strides that we have to make. You know, we're not just getting used to each other now, but we're getting really detailed in everybody's, you know, not only fundamentals, but the communication and what we expect from one another, and it's fun.
We all know this team is led
that everyone
offensively.
Always talks about. This is why I don't put much stock in early training camp discussions, interviews, and press conferences and all of that. I don't put much stock in it because all of it is just, you know, blowing smoke, I think as the saying goes. That's all it is. It's maybe hot air. Maybe that's the saying. It's just a hot air. Because until you see the games and what you're working with, it really don't matter. Because all of this, it could just be talk. I need to see action.
You guys put up a lot of points last year. You got a lot of guys returning. The defense made some changes this offseason. New defensive coordinator Christian Parker.
Dang, let's talk about the defense. Y'all, they scrubbed that defense. I'm telling you, there was like, what? I can't remember the exact numbers, maybe 50 or something like that. That, you know, we're not returning. I don't know. Like, it was a lot. Basically, the entire team was scrubbed, and they made a lot of changes on that defense. A lot of changes. And obviously, starting with the defensive coordinator, adding Parker. So it'll be interesting to see what the defense looks like. My expectations are honestly not high. They're switching back to a 3-4 defense. So my expectations are not too high, because it's like, I don't know how well they're going to work together. You just never know how it's going to go. So I do hope for great things with Christian Parker, though. I hope he can be somebody like a Flores.
What have you seen on the practice field that gives you the confidence to know that this defense is going to take the next step?
Yeah, I mean, it's not easy going against these guys. From walkthroughs to obviously out here in practice, just their communication, their attention to detail. And it starts with, as you said, Christian Parker, and just the professionalism that he brings to those guys, and the pride that he has in his play calling and getting each and every one of these guys in the right spot. And you can see that carrying through to each and every one of them. And you bring in guys like Quinnen Williams, obviously in his second year here, but then Kenny Clark, and then RG, other guys, obviously a young Caleb Downs doing a good job of stepping in, and these guys have a huge sense of pride, and they don't want this to.
Y'all seeing Caleb Downs come into the lineup, it makes me feel old. I'm not gonna lie, it makes me feel old. I'm sure Dak Prescott's feeling his age. It's like 11 years. How is it possible that Dak Prescott has spent 11 years in the league now? That just is unreal.
Be an offensive team. They want this to be a full team. They want to have just as much credit in each and every one of these wins and the season and the success that we're going to have. And you can just see it out here in this in the mentality and the way that we're practicing.
So Christian Parker's only 34, first time defensive coordinator. CeeDee Lamb just told us that
Christian Parker was that young. He's only 34. He's just like a few years older than me. I didn't realize that.
I was talking trash to him all the time. Now, as the franchise guy, are you allowed to do that, or do you have to be buttoned up when you make a great? Yeah, go get him, right?
I'm going
go get him, right?
I'm going to get him, and it starts in meetings and walking through the hall, and he's that kind of guy. I'm that kind of guy, so it just makes it fun. When you have that type of intensity. To me, when you're talking trash, it's a sense of accountability. You can't say that without going to back it up, and so when you've got a DC doing that as well as the players on offense, it makes for a great environment out here, and it's a true iron sharpens iron mentality, and we're having fun getting each other better.
All right, talk about iron sharpens iron. He's all the time saying that.
So, by the way, real quick, speaking of backing it up, did you see the T-shirt he wore?
That's what I was about to ask him, man.
Go ahead, then.
Super Bowl. You had a Super Bowl 30 T-shirt on, man.
I'm so tired of people talking about that dang T-shirt he wore.
Owner and GM and Jerry Jones activated something about the Super Bowl at the welcome ceremony.
Old.
I hate all this Super Bowl talk too. It's like, stop saying that.
Out in the air now. What about this team? What about this offense? What about everything? And makes you guys confident that the Super Bowl could be this year?
Yeah, it's the mentality of each of these men. As y'all said earlier, right? We've got 11.
I always say, because it's always something. I would love for that. Trust me, I would love to see Dallas back in a Super Bowl. I don't know. I don't know how that's gonna work out.
Guys returning on offense, all the starters, and added some pieces. You can say, just seasoned the offense up a little bit, but some big changes came over in defense. You got a guy like Christian Parker, who's won a Super Bowl, been on a Super Bowl winning team, knows what it's supposed to look like, bringing that intensity to our defense. And then you got guys that have won in the past, and whether it be, Quinnen coming from winning programs, or guys just knowing what it takes and really wanting to sacrifice to do whatever it takes. At the end of the day, it's about manifesting things and putting the energy out there. When you play for this organization, trust me, these fans believe it, and that's what they want. And if you're not there, they're upset. And at the end of the year, 31 teams are upset, right? And there's only one.
It's like, it's not a surprise to me how this goes with the Dallas Cowboys. So it's like, it doesn't even upset me at this point. What does upset me, however, is when I constantly hear Dallas fans and, even the team or even Jerry Jones talk about going to a Super Bowl, how this is going to be a great team, and they build it up, and it's like, Why do y'all do that, knowing dang well you really don't have what you need to succeed? That's my thing.
And so I don't know why anybody's running with it. And so, hey, let's put it out there. And if we're not,
My name is,
if we're not doing it, if we're
I've
not
talked about this 49ers game before, but if you think about it, it was never going to happen. I knew it. I just knew it. I said, well, you know what? The run game isn't there. Ezekiel Elliott, he was near the end. I just knew what it was with the Dallas Cowboys. And the defense, the consistent issues with the defense, I said, this isn't a team that's set up to win, to make it to a Super Bowl. So I didn't even think we had a chance even against the 49ers. We bring up Green Bay as well. It's talking about Green Bay, the game that they ran the ball all over us and we couldn't stop a nosebleed. I'm telling you. That was a sorry game, but it's always been something with the Dallas Cowboys, and until I see something completely different, even if they show me something different, I'm really not going to believe it until it's at the very end and they're holding up a trophy. And even then, my eyes might be like, hey, I don't know if this is really real or not. My eyes might be deceiving me here.
About that, then what the hell are we playing this for?
So was that a wardrobe stylist, or was that you going through the closet?
Yeah, it was definitely me just going through the closet. I told the lady I've actually had it for 2 years, and I'm like, what the hell with it? Put it on,
Get away.
So,
Good.
Put it on.
All right.
Awesome.
Happy.
That's kind of sad that he waited to. I'm not gonna lie. It is sad that he waited to wear that shirt. It seemed like he was reluctant to wear the shirt because he knew people would be talking. It definitely got people talking. But, if you're going to wear the dang shirt, wear the dang shirt. That is a cool shirt. Okay. Let's play Juice's drop because Juice is in the building. Shout out to Juice. Make sure y'all are subscribed to her channel. Let's see. Here we go. Juice.
Everyone wave goodbye to Juice Box. Literally wave. Do it. Here's two. Everyone wave. Okay. Guys.
Wave to Juice, y'all. Make sure you wave to Juice. I need to get more drops from that movie. Have y'all seen Kicking and Screaming? Okay, let's see. What else do I want to talk about? Here's something with Lamar and Jalen Hurts. So, I know they start off talking about Lamar, I think. I don't know. I haven't seen the whole clip. I just know that Lamar and Hurts get brought up in this.
Let's do a sound off. This is going to be Jalen Hurts to start with, Eagles quarterback. Here's what he had to say about the message that head coach Nick Sirianni was giving during the team meeting at the start of training camp.
It starts from Coach Sirianni, and his message and his first words in yesterday's team meeting was about being together and being aligned. And when I was taking notes of it, I just thought about 100% alignment and zero entitlement. And so as a team, that's what everybody's pushing.
All right, Hawk. So I'm going to try so hard not to do this. I'm going to try so hard not to read into everything everybody says. I did it yesterday with the sound bites that we had from A.J. Brown, and I don't want to do it again here. But when I hear Jalen Hurts get up there, it's basically the first words I've heard from him in this preseason, and he says, we need 100% in alignment and 0% entitlement. There's no way in the world my mind doesn't
I like that. Hurts always has wisdom. I really like that.
Immediately go to A.J. Brown. You tell me if I'm putting 2 and 2 together and getting 5.
You're not putting 2 and 2 together and getting 5, Greeny. If they try to insinuate that this isn't him indirectly saying what he thinks the problem has been in Philly, it's gaslighting is what the kids are calling that nowadays.
It would be gaslighting because even when I first heard it, I thought, okay, is this a shot at A.J. Brown? Is he finally, taking shots at A.J. Brown? And I think he was, because this is something that me and Tiffany have talked about, is how A.J. Brown has acted. He's acted very entitled, and he hasn't been aligned with the team. He hasn't been a team player, and it's caused issues. So I think Jalen Hurts, he's like, now it's my turn. Now it's my time to speak.
You're trying to make me feel crazy for reading between the very clear lines. That's your laying out. We've all had these same conversations about what's going on in Philly for years now. And so the start of training camp to say, okay, this is a quote unquote new strategy that we're going to do. This is the new focus. This is the points of emphasis that I wrote down that are important for us to be successful. It does tell you what he's not saying by listening to what he is saying.
Look, the reality of it is this. I don't know these men. I don't know Jalen Hurts. I don't know A.J. Brown. So I don't know what their relationship actually is. We all hear the same stories.
Something that
Whatever.
I've said too is I don't know their personal life. I don't know their personal business. I don't know the personal conversations that went on between Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown. Obviously, there's a lot of inside knowledge and speculation as to what went on, and there's probably a lot of truth to a lot of that. But you know, the thing about it is we don't know for a fact because we weren't there, right? So I'm with him on this.
But I think it is inescapable that we will be following very closely the fortunes of each now that they are apart and see how AJ plays in his new offense with Drake May and see how Jalen Hurts plays in this new offense without AJ.
Y'all, I got another video that we're going to react to because Speakeasy was talking about Jalen Hurts looking like an MVP quarterback. So we'll see what they had to say. I don't know if this is based off of like training camp or what, but I'm really hoping for the best for Jalen Hurts. After everything that has went on in the media about trying to drag his name down, I really hope for the best for Jalen Hurts because it just seems like every time, especially since college, that there's some sort of obstacle or people doubting him, and he always proves the haters wrong. And I hope this is another case where he does the same thing.
Absolutely. If you've ever been in a bad breakup, you're always checking Instagram to see, oh, who's doing better, who had fun at the concert, who's going out to dinner.
Jordan Rodgers earlier. This is Jordan Rodgers. Y'all know, Ryan Clark is no longer there. Jordan Rodgers comes from the SEC network. I'm wondering if now they're starting to incorporate Jordan Rodgers more on the show.
With friends, you're always trying to one-up your ex, right? No, I'm doing better than you. That's what this year is going to be. And I think this is going to be addition by subtraction for Philly. I honestly think this offense is going to improve because if you look at who they were last year, they got so stale and stagnant before the snap especially. I mean, if you look at where Jalen Hurts was even attacking the football field, only 38% of his throws between the numbers. That's by far the lowest percent in the NFL by a big margin. They only motion about 49% of the time, which is 29th in the NFL. They're only under center about 24% of the time, which is 27th in the NFL. They run screens at the fourth lowest rate in the NFL. All these things.
He's never played under center in his life. Like, he's played snaps where he was, under center.
That stress defenses. They were not doing. They were lining up and saying, can AJ win over there? Maybe, maybe not. Without him now, they can move pieces around more. There's more motion in this Sean Mannion system. There's more formation variation, a little more under center. That could be a major part for them. But they're going to mix things up, and they're going to actually stress a defense now as a whole. And I think they're going to be better because of it.
I like that.
They might
I like
be
that
better,
input
but
from Jordan Rodgers.
There are a lot of questions that they have to answer first.
No doubt.
We've never seen Sean Mannion call or play at the NFL level before. We haven't seen
Adam
this offensive
Schefter bringing some heat with it. Like, he's making some good points too. Like, it is a new offensive coordinator. We've never seen this guy call plays. So, can he live up to the expectation?
Function without Jeff Stoutland, their offensive line coach, the great offensive line coach who stepped aside after the season. Yes, there may be better chemistry and a better aura and less entitlement without A.J. Brown around, but he's still A.J. Brown, one of the best wide receivers in the game, and they have to find a way to replace him. The offensive line.
My thing is the offensive line has to stay healthy because y'all know Landon Dickerson, he's struggled with injuries. Other offensive linemen have as well. So my thing is, can your offensive line stay healthy? Because that was the key reason. If y'all remember, that offense wasn't as bad as what people, claim it was. It was actually a decent offense. They just had a lot of unfortunate circumstances to go on, like Landon Dickerson being out because of injuries.
Has to stay healthy and show they can stay on the field, which has been an issue in previous seasons. So there are a whole host of questions for a team as talented as Philadelphia is that the Eagles have to answer before we can say they're better.
Doesn't it seem like it's always like that around Jalen Hurts, though? Every year it's a new system, new offensive coordinator, and every year he gets them back into the
Exactly.
mix year after year.
Man, Jordan Rodgers, I'm agreeing with him. Like, man, that is the truth. It's like constantly they, try to bash his name and discredit him, and every time he overcomes an obstacle and proves why he's talented and deserves to be there. I just wish it would stop. I wish it would stop, but it doesn't.
He is both the most overappreciated and underappreciated quarterback in the NFL.
Agreed.
He manages to be both of those at the same time, which you would think is impossible, and yet he manages. In the meantime, another quarterback sounding off. This was Lamar Jackson yesterday. Says he's not been paying any attention to social media, but one thing has caught his eye.
To be honest, I really haven't been paying attention to anything on social media,
Yo,
except the
I
69
love Lamar
thing.
Jackson. He's another one that I feel like gets a lot of unnecessary hate. And I can give you an example, and I talked about this the other day on Real to Sports. I said, my issue is you got to look at all the other factors of why they lose games. If you pay attention, it's really not Lamar. Lamar is a talent. He does everything in his ability to win games. And I brought up the example of the Steelers versus the Ravens last season. That game was lost because the Ravens kicker missed the field goal. Lamar did everything in his power to win them that game. Like, he did everything right. Like, everything. Like, Aaron Rodgers and Lamar, they were going back-to-back with their passing. Like, you would see Aaron Rodgers air it out and get one, and then Lamar would return the favor, and he would bring another one. So, it was just back-to-back, and it came down to that field goal, and that field goal kicker missed. That's not on Lamar. That's on his field goal kicker. He also didn't have a healthy offensive line. The defense wasn't there either. There was just a lot of issues as to why Lamar has not succeeded. It's not all on Lamar. Anyways, there's my Lamar rant.
The ratings, whatever it is. But I seen that, people were tagging me in that, so that's why I was able to see that, but I really don't be following anything like that.
What he's referring to, in case you're not aware, is the NFL players vote on the top 100 players in the league. Each of the previous 2 seasons, Lamar Jackson had finished rated second, the second best player in the league. This year, he was voted by his peers 69th best player in the league. I am forecasting, Hawk, a scorched earth tour for Lamar Jackson in 2026. New coach, whatever was going on with John Harbaugh, I don't know. I'm not there.
Fresh coaching system. That, there's nothing wrong with that. That happens. Like, sometimes your message gets burnt into the ground so much and it's not working anymore, and then you just need a fresh face, a new environment. And I think, it's nothing against John Harbaugh. I think John Harbaugh is a talented coach, obviously. It's just they both needed to be separated. Like, the Ravens, they needed a fresh coach, and then John Harbaugh, he needed a new start. So I think it worked out for the best.
But clearly something wasn't right. They handed the franchise over to him. He was involved in choosing the new guys. He was there for the opening day of training camp. The league, his peers voted him the 69th best player in the NFL. I think Lamar Jackson is going to have a monster season. What do you think, Hawk?
I think you're absolutely right. I think when Lamar Jackson is healthy, and if he remains healthy for the whole season.
Even when Lamar wasn't healthy, he still put up a lot of numbers.
Always has monster seasons. And I think if you look last year, even before he hurt his hamstring, the statistics show the first 4 or 5 games of the season, he was on pace for the exact same season he had the year before, which was 41 touchdowns, 4 interceptions.
This is my thing. Like, this is why I don't like people who discredit Lamar Jackson's talent. It's like they try to put all the blame on him, and if you look at the other factors, it's not all on him. It's not. Like, I gave you the example of the Steelers versus Ravens game. It's just unfortunate.
One of the most efficient passing seasons that we've seen from a quarterback. That is Lamar Jackson. The issue is everything last year that could go wrong did go wrong. They had a below average defense. Their O-line was the least paid O-line in football.
Y'all, this is everything I've been talking about. I said the outside factors, it's not all on Lamar. When you don't have all the key pieces you need to help a quarterback succeed, of course, they're going to struggle. And this guy's proving my point. The offensive line, was not there. The defense wasn't there. So those things have an impact on a quarterback's success. A quarterback can only do so much.
And they got what they paid for. Lamar Jackson got hurt. And that's to be expected because in 2024, Greeny, everything went right, which is why we all felt like it was such a missed opportunity for them to win the Super Bowl. But it had to course correct. This year, things will go a lot better than they did a year ago because that's how fate works. And if he is healthy, to your point, even with the new OC, he will look like Lamar Jackson. There aren't 65 players in the NFL that are better than Lamar Jackson.
I agree wholeheartedly with that. Okay, let's see. You know, I feel like I need to calm down because y'all know that gets me heated when it comes to talking about Lamar Jackson, people trying to discredit him. I don't like that. I don't like it one bit. Let's see. Here we go.
Hey, calm down. I don't like your tone. I don't like your tone. Let's take the decibels down a little bit. Hey.
I gotta take the decimals down just a little bit because I get a little bit heated when people try to discredit Lamar Jackson. Okay, moving on. This one is from Speakeasy, and it is on Jalen Hurts possibly being an MVP right now. And I'm interested to see what they have to say after all the criticism Jalen Hurts has been getting.
More news out of training camp. We got to see our first look at Jalen Hurts getting around out there. You know, you see him dropping back, not being able to find any wide receivers, and then taking off through the middle of that, the gaping holes that are going to be on his offensive line. You see him also. There's more training.
Yo, this is stuff that Jalen Hurts did at Alabama. This is what I try to tell people. Like, he did this at Alabama. Whenever they're, like, he was known for utilizing his legs at Alabama. A dual threat quarterback. You know, his passing, honestly, his passing wasn't even there. He was known just solely based off of using his legs. You know, he was decent, but he definitely had to improve his passing to make it to the NFL, which he did. But this just shows you how he has the ability to overcome whatever obstacle is put his way and succeed. No doubt he's going to do that here. I'm interested to see him utilizing his legs more.
Footage right here, dropping back, and you know he's not throwing the ball again. He is taking off, getting some reps in there, maybe on, you know, I don't even know what it is. I don't even know what it is. If you guys are having audio issues, by the way, real quick, refresh the stream.
Just so you know, this is on Speakeasy. This isn't mine, okay? There should be no audio issues here, but this is from Speakeasy's live, okay?
Refresh the stream. You will be okay. Look, Jalen Hurts also had his first media availability, went up to the podium, but before anybody could ask a question,
what'd he say?
He decided to drop another quote on us and said 100% alignment, 0 entitlement. This page equals time saying no AJ Brown, new offense, new receiver.
We got into in that last video, but let's get into it again.
The standard didn't move. I know Jalen Hurts could not wait to get out another one of those Pinterest quotes that he loves speaking in.
Pinterest quotes is crazy.
Pinterest quotes hurt.
Wait, what shade? What shade, CDT? Did I throw unnecessary shade? Tell me which part. Tell me, because I don't know which part I threw shade on, but that's funny if I did.
Do you guys think this is something, or do you guys think this is nothing?
All right, look, Prize Picks is American. Like personal little ads, y'all know. But if you want a code for Prize Picks, use code Speakeasy. There's free advertisement for you, Speakeasy. Hey, hire me if you're looking to expand your podcasting. Add me to the list. I'll be on the lineup, even though I don't always agree with y'all. Add me to your lineup. I can have my show as part of your podcasting.
No spreadsheets, no nonsense.
Okay,
if player picks aren't your thing,
I thought that's what you were referring to was the audio issues. Hey, that's not me. I just wanted to be clear. That's not me this time. That's them. That's on Speakeasy.
you can also pick teams now. Winner.
Through all that. There we go.
From Jalen Hurts.
I think this is everything. Jalen Hurts, day one of training camp. I will not overreact, but I will absolutely react. He looks good. He looks really good. He looks very lean. He looks athletic. He looks like he has a little more jump and explosiveness in his step. Why the hell is that?
Ooh, Acho, you already got me irritated. What are you talking about? He looks more lean. He looks more athletic. The man's been athletic. y'all, you do know that he won an MVP and a Super Bowl, right? Like, the man, I mean, he is athletic he's in the NFL for a reason, which is somewhere you're not, okay? Hey, CDT, you want more shade? There it is. Like, hey, what are you talking about, Ocho? This man is in the NFL and has lasted in the NFL longer than you ever did. I get so heated with Ocho, but anyways.
Relevant. Well, you got to remember, last year, Jalen Hurts only averaged 26 yards per game on the ground. At Jalen Hurts' peak, he averaged 52 yards per game on the ground. What's that mean? Last year, Jalen Hurts was just half of himself as far as his running output.
I can't with this guy. I can't. It's like he wants to say the most outrageous things, and I know he does because it gains the views, it gets the chat talking. I know the tactic. I know the marketing method here. I'm not a fool, but it works. Let me tell you, it works because I'm the first one to say, hey, I don't like this. I don't like this whatsoever, and I want to know what the heck you're talking about. I know I got a Stephen A one here. I can use a Stephen A one. I want to know who told you that was okay to be saying all that mess.
Who told you that was okay? I want names. I want faces. I want to know. Because the shit ain't okay.
Y'all, this Jalen Hurts hate has got to stop. I'm not in the mood, okay? I'm just not in the mood for it.
I'm not in the mood. I just want to speak and I want to get out of here because I got better things to do with my time, but there's just certain things that are necessary.
It's just certain things that are necessary that I have to address. And this is one of them. Because man, I just want to know how. Like, how can you continue to do this?
How? Hold on, bro. How? I'm saying, how? Like, talk to me, bro.
All right, let's go back to it.
More news out of training camp.
Well,
We got our
I don't
CCR.
remember because I was so mad. Oh, man. This is the speakeasy effect. Hopefully we were, like, right here.
100-yard passer and an 800-yard rusher, but he cannot be a 3,500-yard passer and a
Roy? Is he really?
400-yard passer, 400-yard rusher, a 3,200-yard passer, and a 400-yard rusher. What makes Jalen Hurts great is his ability to keep you balanced. Remember, the year the Eagles won the Super Bowl, it was a 44-yard touchdown run versus the Rams. Who cares if it was through the air or on the ground? It was on the ground for Hurts. But that was a difference maker in the game. That helped solidify, hey, the Eagles are here and they're here to stay. So to me,
argument people will use to discredit Troy Aikman. Like, even though you see Troy Aikman make beautiful passes, he was also discredited for the way that he would use his legs too. And it's like, what are you talking about? Who cares? Who cares how they get it? As long as they're winning. That's all that matters, is how reliable are you on the field? Can you get the job done? Can you win by any means necessary? And if he's getting it with his legs or if he's getting it by passing, who cares at the end of the day as long as they're winning? Oh man, they got me heated. I really got to take the decimals down. I know.
Jalen Hurts look leaner, seeing him look more explosive, seeing him have a little more pep in his step. This means everything for Jalen and the Eagles.
It looks better if we can do this when it matters.
True.
Okay. If I'm a receiver, I don't care about he looks quicker, he looks faster. I'm trying to see what that right arm look like.
Fair.
Y'all, I'm not concerned with his arm. Like, I've seen, y'all know the dagger pass. I bring this up all the time. The dagger, that was such a beautiful dime of a pass, and people are still out here discrediting him. It's unbelievable.
We get this ball out where I can get the ball and do something with it. Can I get some rack?
Am I tripping? Or does it seem like, I know I'm not tripping. Actually, just scratch that. I know I'm not tripping. Why does your black quarterbacks get more, discredited than any other? That's so unfortunate. Look at, I gave you Lamar Jackson. He's another one. I don't like him getting discredited. They discredit Dak Prescott. Say what you want. He is a talent. He's just in an unfortunate circumstance with the Dallas Cowboys and having Jerry Jones as his owner. But he is a talent. Jalen Hurts. I mean, I feel like even Russell Wilson back in the day, they did a lot of, before he kind of fell off, they discredited him as well. It's like, why? Like, why do we always have to do that?
when I'm coming out my break, is the ball gonna be on time? Are you throwing with anticipation? That's what I care about as a receiver. Now, the totality of Jalen Hurts as a quarterback, of course, is going to help him win more games if he's lost a little weight and he's a little faster than he was last year. Yeah, that's good for the team. But ultimately, what's best for the team is that right arm and shoulder of Jalen Hurts getting the ball out to his playmakers. I think that's more important than anything. How is he adapting to this new offense? What he said, 100% alignment, no entitlement.
Zero entitlement, yeah.
Is that the first thing he said?
Yeah, it's the first thing he said.
I find that quite odd. Like, where is this coming from? No entitlement. Why would it be any entitlement? Where is this coming from? Who feels they have a sense of entitlement? Like, so I found that to be odd. If that is the first thing that's said,
I mean, to be fair, the first thing that was said was, the Coach Sirianni had a discussion with the team, and that's what led him to the quote that he gave. But people are taking it as he was throwing shots at A.J. Brown. And y'all, I ain't mad at it. Because I'm telling you, after how A.J. Brown was, and even Tiffany brought this up, he really, if you look back on it, A.J. Brown was kind of self-sabotaging the team and throwing a little pity party because he was dropping passes. Jalen Hurts wasn't relying on him anymore because, you could say that was a factor among off-the-field issues as well. And then he started utilizing Saquon Barkley and Devontae Smith more. And, he had A.J. Brown threw his pity party and got the heck out of the Eagles. It's unfortunate, but that's what I think, if we're reading into it, that's kind of what I think Jalen Hurts was hinting at is, having alignment with your team and not having any entitlement. And you could say that A.J. Brown had a lot of entitlement.
We're aligned and there's no entitlement. As to say, last year we weren't, but this year we are.
Yeah. You guys think it's a shot at A.J. Brown?
I think, and not a direct one. I think if you're watching the Eagles right now, Jalen Hurts, oddly enough, there does seem to be more smiles in the building.
Hey,
there does seem to be
as the youngsters would say, he's subbing him.
Yeah.
He kind of subbing him, right? That's how I took it.
That's a subtweet.
It's like a sub.
But I don't think, to me,
how Jalen Hurts can get along with all these others and have no issues, but the one who had more entitlement, he couldn't get along with. Ain't that interesting? Jalen Hurts and Devontae Smith, they go back to Alabama days. And that was one thing that Nick Saban really instilled in the guys is you cannot have entitlement. You have to work as a team. You have to get there as a team. You'll have to make sacrifices. Sometimes you won't always get the passes you want. Sometimes the run game will be working better. This is something Devontae Smith really understood. Devontae Smith really understood being a team guy, being a team player, and even Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts, he got benched. Everybody talks about that, how he got benched in the national championship. He had to make sacrifices as well. He couldn't be the starter. Tua, the passing game was working more. So, to be a great team player, you have to be willing to make sacrifices and not feel entitled. And that's something that I think A.J. Brown lacked.
I do just think there's better energy in the building, and rightfully so. There was a dude last year in A.J. Brown who probably didn't respect the way Jalen Hurts plays the game of football.
Would you say last year, from that statement, Jalen Hurts felt like A.J. Brown was sucking all the oxygen out the room? And now he can breathe.
I think Jalen Hurts was stepping on eggshells last year, probably because Jalen knows A.J. is the one person that can call Jalen out. He's better at what he does than Jalen is at what he does. He's all-pro a couple times over. He's paid. And A.J. knows, bruh, if you sorry, I can tell you. Because if they move on from me, somebody else gladly gonna pick me up.
I don't believe that. I think it's the opposite. I think that Jalen Hurts was the one who told A.J. Brown, because remember, A.J. Brown was dropping passes, very much self-sabotaging the Eagles. And it even came out, with A.J. Brown saying himself that he made these leaks in the media to motivate the team. It's like, who does that if they are a team player? I think it's the opposite. I think Jalen Hurts called out A.J. Brown on a lot of his BS, and A.J. Brown threw a pity party, got upset, and that's when he wanted out. That's how I'm looking at it, especially after A.J. Brown said what he said to Maria Taylor in that interview when he mentioned how he leaked out information in order to motivate the team.
Not everybody else can say that. So I think Jalen knows AJ.
You missed Tony Romo. You missed the Tony Romo reaction. And I also, G Honda, you also missed me going over some things with Aaron Rodgers' press conference.
He was the one person who could hold him accountable, and hold him accountable he did, for better or for worse. But I do think, like, I don't know if Jalen was subbing him, because I genuinely don't think Jalen Hurts is thinking about A.J. Brown. But I think Jalen is just like, hey, this is how we're moving forward now.
I think that was a little bit of a shot at A.J. Brown. I don't care how you slice it. I think Jalen Hurts knew what he was doing when he said what he said. Okay, let's not act like we're clueless here.
Yeah. It seems like there is a new energy in the building. Well, Tim McManus told I believe the 97.5 The Fanatic, the local radio station in Philadelphia, that things look very different for the Eagles' offense on the first day of camp. Believe me, it is a brand new offense. We're seeing so much more from Jalen Hurts under center. We're seeing so much pre-snap motion, and we're seeing a ton of throws over the middle of the field. A new look offense for the Eagles is what fans have been asking for. Do you guys think this is a big deal or a no deal with the Eagles? A brand new offense for this team.
It sounds great right now in training camp. Here's what's interesting. Kieran, does Jalen Hurts take chances with the football?
Not really, no.
Does Jalen Hurts like to throw interceptions?
No.
Of course not. Silly question was the second one. You know where interceptions come, T? When you throw the ball over the middle of the field.
Okay, so I will agree with Acho on that. You're at more of a risk whenever you're throwing down the middle of the field. So I'm interested to see how it's going to look with Jalen Hurts. I think, he'll be fine. Like I said, he's shown time and time again how he can overcome obstacles and adapt to whatever environment you put him in. My thing is with Jalen Hurts is not so much him, but the offensive coordinator. Because and this is a big if it doesn't work out, that is on that offensive coordinator. You need to be playing to your quarterback's strengths, not their weaknesses. And if you see them struggling to adapt to your offensive scheme, why are you still running that? Play to their strengths, not their weaknesses. So I would be really ticked off if the offensive coordinator or the head coach sets Jalen Hurts up to fail. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but if it does happen, if you see him struggling and they're not making adjustments to play to Jalen Hurts' strengths, that's when I'm going to have a big problem. Shout out to you, Couch, for being in the building. Congratulations, 500 subs. Well deserved. Thank you. I really appreciate that. We're getting ready to get off here, though, because Cree will be live. So I got to hurry this up.
Field, you usually got a mic. You might have a nickel, you might have a dime backer, depending on how they call it. You got a will. You might have a dropping defensive end if you're in a 4-3. You might have a down safety. You got about usually 4 bodies within a 10-yard radius between or 2 yards outside the hashes over the middle of the field. Jalen Hurts don't like to throw the ball in the middle of the field either. Now you could say,
agree with that. There's been plays where you can see him throw down to the middle of the field. I went back to his Alabama days and I've seen some plays where he, it wasn't often, but there were some plays where he was throwing down the middle of the field. Let's not act like this guy has the complete inability to make something like that happen. I can't stand. They act like he's brand new to football.
They haven't taken those chances. They haven't designed those plays. But Jalen Hurts is throwing deep outs, comebacks, deep.
I'll let the chat know. I'll let the chat know where you're at.
Deep overs, corners, nines. Like Jalen Hurts, he doesn't like to throw crossers. You don't really see a ton of daggers, digs. So to me, T, I like that they're trying.
Here. He said that Jalen Hurts doesn't like to throw daggers. They really do forget that he threw that dagger of a pass in the Super Bowl. Why do we do this? Why do we talk about Jalen Hurts as if he's brand new to the game? I don't get it.
To install some of this Green Bay Packers middle of the field route combinations, but Jalen don't like throwing picks. So at the point when he's not a super tall guy, 6'1".
What is the problem with that? What quarterback wants to throw picks? Oh, I'm mad. What quarterback wants to throw picks? Give me a quarterback who desires that. Duh, they don't want to throw picks. Their job is to complete a pass, score touchdowns. It's not to throw picks. They don't get paid to throw picks. What is wrong with Jalen Hurts wanting to be accurate and consistent? That is a quarterback you need. You don't need a quarterback getting cute, throwing interceptions. This goes back to plays to their strengths, not their weaknesses. Ooh, I'm heated. Ooh, I'm mad, man. Okay, you got to me, Ocho. You got to me once again. I gotta calm down. Oh, I'm mad.
Hey, calm down. I don't like your tone. I don't like your tone. Let's take the decibels down a little bit.
I gotta take the decimals down. I gotta take it down just a little bit, cause I'm mad. I'm a little bit mad. Okay, they got me raging. It kind of hurted me though. Okay.
That kind of hurted me though, cause it's like, why would you think that of me?
It's like, why would you think that of Jalen Hurts? Okay, I just don't get it. I don't get it. Let's see. I feel like I need to say something with Stephen A here. Maybe we'll just keep it pushing. Oh, wait. No, I got a good one. Y'all, I've been meaning to play this one. It's from DeMarcus Lawrence. This is how I feel when I watch Speakeasy all the time.
I don't show it all the time, but deep down inside, like, I slap shit out of all y'all.
I slap all of them. I'm telling you, I would slap all of them.
More news out of training camp. We got our.
I don't even remember
CC,
where
our
I
first.
was at, y'all. Where was I at? Oh, okay. I know. Oh, I was mad. What's up, Smoke and Talk? I gotta go to your drop. Be a good time to play Couch's drop as well. Let's see. Here we go. Hey, Smoke and Talk. I also talked about Lamar Jackson earlier, too. For some reason, you always come in and miss the Lamar Jackson talk. But trust me, I really defend Lamar Jackson. I'm not with the Lamar Jackson hate. But let's play Couch's drop first. Let's see here. Where is it at? Here we go. Shout out to you, Couch. Now let's do Smoke and Talk's drop.
Lamar Jackson, ball till you fall.
Ball till you fall. Okay.
More news out of training camp. We got
Speaking of defending quarterbacks like Lamar Jackson, I'm defending Jalen Hurts once again. Here we go.
You patting that joint. You got Lane Johnson 6'5" in front of you. You got Jordan Mailata 6.
Wait, what? Why did I have to skip ahead to him doing that clapping noise? That's kind of, I don't know. Was I right here? I don't remember him doing all that.
That they're trying to install some of this Green Bay Packers middle of the field route combinations, but Jalen don't like throwing picks. So at the point when he's not a super tall guy, 6'1.5", 6'2" maybe. So at the point in which you sit here, you patting that joint. You got Lane Johnson 6'5" in front of you. You got Jordan Mailata.
Ocho, I'm looking at you funny because I don't think all that was necessary.
6'7" in front of you. You got Cham Jurgens, I think maybe 6'3", Landon Dickerson 6'4", 6'5", not counting the defensive lineman I'm talking about. Then you got some 6'2", 6'3" backers in there. Throwing that ball in the middle of the field on 7-on-7, Skelly is cute. Skelly, no defensive lineman, that's cute. That's cute when coaches are acting as defensive linemen holding up pads. When I put bodies and 6'7" big paws up there and Calais
CDT, I was like, wait, I think I missed a chat from you. You said looking like Dwayne from a different world. That's hilarious.
Campbell is up there now. You get tip picks all of a sudden. He doing this, Kieran.
Yep.
Bomb. We tucking and we running it. So it's cute right now in camp. I need to see them execute it to matter to me.
But this is what training camp is for. Is we got to see what we like. We got to see what works, what doesn't work, what you don't like, Jalen. Because we're not running anything that Jalen does.
Duh, you got to see what works. This is why it's training camp. Obviously, we're not going to know what we get with all of them until we see the cleats hit the field in a game. See, this is what I mean by it's just like blowing hot air.
Doesn't like. Yep. And so the good thing that they have in their favor is every day they're going against a top 10 defense.
Yeah.
Every day they're going against a top defense. So he's going to get the looks in practice better than what he's going to see on the majority of every Sunday that he plays.
The interesting fact about that is Jalen Hurts has been used to that. Even when he was at Alabama, he was going against top defensive players. So you don't think he's used to seeing this? He's used to the pressure. He's used to having to make the adjustments, to improve, to overcome obstacles. This has been the case since college. You can say that about him with Alabama. You could even say that with him at Oklahoma whenever he transferred. Like, that was still, Oklahoma was still a top program at the time too. And he accomplished a lot at Oklahoma. And then you fast forward to the NFL and what he's been able to accomplish there. This is why I think Jalen Hurts will be okay.
And so that's going to make him better. If he can make these throws and these plays in practice, he should gain a ton of confidence that, oh, I can do this in a game easily, because who is he going to face that's better than his defense? Not many. And so you have to bring, the offense has to be different. We cannot do what you've done in years past, because what you've done in years past.
Who, man? Now you're going to have me go into CDTB's page here. That's in my, like, search history. Live schedule. I don't see anything different. CDTBs, I need your confirmation on this.
Didn't work specifically last year. So we're going to overhaul this. And what you did last year, your way didn't work. We're going to do things my way. We're going to do things my way. Now, you can have some input, but ultimately it's going to be my way. What do you like? What don't you like? Okay, I really like this. And if Jalen doesn't like it, well, we got to figure out what you like out of this, because we're not just going to take all of this out.
Yeah.
You may not like throwing across the middle, but we're going to throw some balls in the middle of the field. We have to. And so this is what training camp is for, is what we like, what we don't like.
This year's going to be so interesting. And then, Trey, don't forget your thought. This year's going to be so interesting because from what I heard from inside the Eagles locker room over the last 2 years is plays are being called. But if Jalen Hurts is not comfortable with the play that's being called, he's not throwing that football. Somebody told me.
That's not a bad thing. If it doesn't work for Jalen Hurts, if it doesn't play to his strengths, don't take the risk. He's being a smart quarterback and making those decisions. That's what quarterbacks like Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes even, that's what smart quarterbacks do. They're going to adjust. If they see something they don't like, they're not going to go for that play. There's nothing wrong with that. Y'all, I'm so heated. Y'all, I'm just going to tell you right now. I'm saving the Joe Burrow thing. We'll save the Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, all of that. We'll save that. The Harbaugh, we'll save that for tomorrow. Because I'm telling you, this right here exhausted all my energy, okay? I don't got it in me to keep going after this.
You called about 28 passing plays for Jalen Hurts. He's going to throw 6 of them away because he just doesn't like the look. He's going to tuck and run another 6 of them. You got 28 minus 12, you're looking at 16 of them. Now you only got 16 balls to be spread around 4 to 5 eligible receivers. You're looking at 4 to 6 targets a person. Hence why some individuals might be upset.
Does that mean you're not going to be at Cree-Cree's tonight? Hopefully I'll see you over at Cree-Cree's. But good night if I don't see you over there.
Talk to me.
Jalen Hurts playing for a contract this year. He ain't throwing them shits away. He gonna throw that ball this year. He playing that. He lost that weight. He looking a little fresher. He playing for a contract.
I don't think Jalen Hurts knows how to be a risk taker. He got benched in college
I can't with this BS. I can't do it, y'all. Cut the show. I'm done. I'm done. I can't do it, y'all. I can't do that. Let's see. Which one is it? Did I save it under this one? Trying to think which one I saved this under. But I'm telling you, I got this one drop, and I'm just like, this is the perfect one for this moment. Maybe, you know what? I'm thinking, I know that I have that saved. Hopefully it didn't save under something else. Man, I can't find it. Y'all, I'm going to sit here till I find this drop. Because that one's such a good one. The cut the show, I'm done. I know for sure I have it on, like, my, editing, like, whenever I'm editing videos. Sometimes I'll add that clip into, what I have. So I'm trying to figure out... Y'all, I found it. It was saved under the wrong thing. Cut the show, I'm done.
What's going on? I'm done. Cut the show. I'm done. Take me off. Take me off.
Take me off, y'all. Cut the show, I'm done. After hearing Speakeasy, I can't do it. Y'all, this is saved under coaches. I need to save this under... Should I save it under, like, news? Or should I save it under, like, podcast? I don't know what that was from. Maybe I'll do it under news. I think that one will be a good one to save it under. But that's why I couldn't find it. Because I was like, where is this drop? And it was because it was saved under the wrong thing. So I have a file. I'll tell you how my files are for this. For, like, all my drops. I have it for coaches, athletes. I have one specifically for Boozy. I have a whole file dedicated to Boozy. And then I have one for like news, podcasts. Oh man, dang. I did it again, y'all. I saved it to the wrong thing. It was about to be under Boozy. That's not Boozy, y'all. Let's see. We'll save it under news. Y'all, for the news one and the body cams, I have this one.
I'm still alive!
That's how I feel. That's how I feel right now. I'm still alive. I'm surviving after what I just witnessed from Speakeasy. Yeah, we'll do it live. I need to add that one. You know what, Project Leroy, that's one that I always talk about adding is I need to do the Bill O'Reilly. Is that his name? Yeah, Bill O'Reilly. Whenever he did that rage. But shout out Theo Coop because that I'm Still Alive one is hilarious. And this one too.
Here I am, send me!
Yeah, you can't listen to Ocho. Yeah. Okay, so it's funny that you say that. Erroneous Z has trouble listening to Cam Newton. And then, so you are somebody who has trouble listening to Ocho. I get it. Because I'm telling you, half the things that come out of Ocho's mouth, it's like, that ain't tracking. This is how I feel about Ocho.
Because you keep up a lot of bullshit out of him. Like, and then how old is your ass?
41.
A grown-ass goofy.
He's a grown-ass goofy, y'all. That's how I feel about Ocho. Because, man, the BS that he be saying, it makes no sense. And I know why he does it. it's just to bring in the ratings and the views and the, you know, all that. I get it. It works. It's a great method, but whenever I'm breaking it down, I'm like, okay, this is just too insane for me. Like, this conversation really bothers me.
This whole conversation bothers me big time. It really does.
Yeah, that's how I feel about the entire thing. I had to cut the show because it just got too much nonsense in it. There was just too much nonsense with what he was saying, and I was like, okay, enough's enough. We gotta go. But let's close out with a motivational video, and then let's see. Is there anything else? Yeah, I'm saving the other stuff for tomorrow. So I have one for Joe Burrow. We're gonna get into the Jamar Chase, because I'm sure y'all have seen the clip of Jamar Chase getting into a little fight at training camp. So we'll be talking about that. And I also have a video on Harbaugh because I'm interested to see what Coach Harbaugh has to say after, you know, leaving the Ravens, being with the Giants, you know, what they have going on. I'm interested in, you know, that. So I'm just saving that for tomorrow. Speakeasy, they exhausted my energy. I ain't got enough energy after that.
The biggest life lesson that I've learned is the power of the mind and just how important it is to look at yourself at a high regard and to believe in yourself. I think in order to paint a bright future for yourself, you have to be able to see it in your mind. You have to believe in it. And the more you believe in it, you know, the more your world will start to change and the more you'll just start to, you know, see your beliefs come to pass. So
shout out to John Jones. For those of you who don't know, he is a UFC fighter, one of my favorites, but that is great words of wisdom. You know, believe in yourself, believe in what you can accomplish, and, you know, be consistent, and it'll work out in the end. That's how I'm starting to feel. You know, I just accomplished having 500 subs, and I'm excited to see where that goes with us, you know, gaining yards on the YouTube field, as I like to say. We're moving the chains. And I can't do it without y'all. Y'all are part of my team. So shout out to everybody who has stuck with me since the beginning. All right, y'all, that'll do it for today's show. I will catch you over at Creekrees. She'll be going live later. I don't know who else is going live in the YouTube streets, but I'll definitely for sure see you over at Creekrees. What's up, D-Money? Good to see you in the building. Before I close out, let's play D-Money's drop. D-Money, I was talking about your live stream earlier. Let me tell you, that was hilarious. Your live stream with those trolls, I was like, this is unreal. And then they were coming after CDT Beats, and I was like, oh, heck no. And I timed them out. Like, I got them the heck out of there. But it was just like one after the other, and I was just like, okay, enough's enough. Eventually they left, but it was bad. Shout out to you, D-Money.
Oh, and can you bring my coleslaw on a separate plate? I hate it when it touches my bread.
Well, Scott, on the topic of coleslaw,
we're on television.
Your name is mud in these parts.
Tell
the people what your deal is with the coleslaw.
I don't want it on a sandwich. It's not on the sandwich. When you say don't put it on the sandwich, they go, it comes on the sandwich. And I say, not if you don't put it on the sandwich. And then they look at me like I'm not the one paying for the sandwich. Just don't put it on the sandwich. How hard is this? I'm not being the jerk here. I'm really not.
Listen. I always tell people, listen, if you guys have never been, I didn't realize this was a Carolina thing. I promise we'll get to some sports talk. We got to talk some food, man. Slaw dogs. I don't know if you guys have ever had them. I don't know if it's really big. I don't think it's as big outside of the Carolinas, but a good old fashioned slaw dog, man, is a hot dog with chili, onions, mustard, and slaw. And we have a place called Rush's, which is right down the road from Jimmy's Mart. Jimmy's Mart is a gas station, but it's one of those places, you know, these old Southern gas stations that have
Shout
the
out to
breakfast.
the Carolinas. Shout out to the Carolinas with the coleslaw, you know, coleslaw, hot dogs, all that. Creaker, you said ick. Okay, that'll do it, y'all. That will do it. Like Project Leroy said, hit the like button on the way out. And we will be over at Creekrees. She'll be live soon, so let's go ahead and get ready for that.
Romo.